Your mom's fancy. Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
On Humpcast, Venom 2 gets its director in Andy Serkis. We get to see our childhood animated Batman live on screen. How big does my dick look? Bigger than his? Good. Man defies gravity. And would you leave your daughter in prison to save yourself? You're listening to Humpcast.
Hit it already!
I don't know why there was a delay on that one. Welcome to Humpcast, everybody, the show where a couple of buds get buzzed and start the day with as an uplifting an affirmation as we can, like... That's the wrong video.
I am not a disgrace. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
The best.
That is the best, right? That's a good affirmation, I think.
I love
That's a
it.
good affirmation.
If you can ever look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're Batman, be Batman in the mirror.
I do that in the morning. I tell myself that I am vengeance. I am the
Well,
night.
I like how you have to start off with, I am not a disgrace.
Yeah.
Like Batman was straight up like, I am not a disgrace. I'm vengeance. The night. I'm Batman.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
welcome everybody.
I actually do start off my day every day.
Well, yeah, that's a
By
good.
With I am not a
that's how I get
disgrace.
myself out of bed. I have to convince myself I'm not a disgrace.
I'm not a disgrace. I'm vengeance.
I'm not a disgrace.
You gotta finish it. I'm vengeance. I'm the night. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Oh my god. Have you guys seen that video of that girl dance crying?
Dance.
You
cry?
just reminded me of
the
that,
little,
yeah.
The little Asian girl,
No, the white girl with the blonde hair. She looks like 17-ish.
No.
And she's
Dance
doing
crying.
like a routine. And she's bawling, and it's like, what is going on here? Like, you can just
Like on stage?
Yeah.
like that.
Wait, have you seen the little Asian girl doing the
No,
same
I
thing?
haven't.
There's a little Asian girl, basically, and it's like those stupid dances they make you do when you're a kid. Like, she looks like she's like 4.
Okay.
And then, like, she's on stage with a bunch of other little Asian girls, and they have, like, puppy outfits and shit. But they have this routine going down, and everyone's doing it, but she's bawling her eyes out. She's like, why am I up here? But she's nailing the routine.
Yeah,
She's like, ah!
That made it work so hard.
That's
Yeah.
so cute.
You know, life's tough when you're 4, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, I know that I'm
That's when
I know
life
that I'm an
starts getting
organism,
tough.
but someone else is in charge of what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a kid sucks. Either way, welcome to Humpcast, everybody. My name's Garrett Lee,
I'm Ryan D.
and today we have Miss Rossyo Ortiz.
Hey.
What's up?
We've decided to make the Z silent, just officially.
That's fine.
You fit the rhyme scheme better.
I like Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Ortiz. And let's see, just like every episode, we start off with an alcoholic beverage of some sort, and today is no different because it's super fucking hot up in this bitch. I have the
Very much.
AC blowing, the fans all up here. I got my own personal one because fuck you guys.
Oh my goodness, he does.
I made us all cocktails. We all literally walked in. We're like, well, we're not doing beer today. We're
Yeah.
not, just not doing
Well, it's
beer.
just like, you know, I'm always in the mood for like an ice cold. Like it's weird. Like
literally ice cold in here.
I prefer cheap beer when it's really
Yeah,
hot.
like a crispy pilsner, like a
Absolutely.
Mexican
Yeah,
light
exactly.
beer. Yeah.
Like a fucking Pacifico.
Yep.
Or
I know
something,
exactly what the figures. I told
Yeah.
this to Ricky once, and he fucking like poo-pooed me because he's all about his craft beers.
Yeah.
But I was like, we were playing Fortnite. He's like, what are you sipping on? I'm like, it's hot as balls. I have a hurricane. And have you ever had a hurricane? It's like
It's fucking like malt liquor.
High gravity malt liquor. It's $1 per can, and it's 8% alcohol.
Speaking of hurricanes,
You know what? I have seen one. They were out of date when we went to swap out cans at one of the liquor stores, and nobody had bought one since like 2017 or something.
the only
Sounds
other person,
about right.
The only
Yeah.
person buying hurricanes is me.
is you.
No, and this was further.
We did. I did a video.
But it's $1.
Damn.
I did a video with our previous guest, Matt Cole.
Shout out Matt Cole.
Shout out Matt Cole. He's it should be coming out soon, but he does these videos of like fat comedians react videos,
Nice.
and I was honored that I was fat enough to be on.
Aw,
That's awesome. Good for you.
So we did fat comedians react to cheap malt liquors and beer.
Yeah.
Cheap beer. It's basically like cheap beer. So
Okay.
like so they sat us at a table and then just like brown bagged, and then they would pour it into a cup, and you didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
You just fucking tasted it, and I actually like was like, oh, I like. One of them was like, oh, I could drink this all day. This shit is pretty good. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, you're so fucking gross!" And it happened. That one was Mickey's, and Hurricane was the one I fucking hated the most.
Really,
Yeah.
dude? I actually dislike Mickey's now. Like Mickey's was a thing when we were in high school and shit.
I could
'cause
drink.
it was
Still drink Mickey's.
the
It's
brown
not bad to
paper
me.
bag.
I never got into Mickey's. Never drank 40s in high school.
Nothing. Okay, so what's like the cheapest beer that you loved back then or now?
I never drank beer in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're all about the Four Loko.
I was about like or Sparks,
Juice,
or
Sparks.
like Malibu and cranberry
I've
juice.
never had a Sparks, but
Oh.
Sparks is good.
We had a sister who had an older sister.
Shit
who
gives you a
would
fucking headache, though.
Sneak us some through the fence in high
Yeah.
school, and
Well, we
we'd be
used-
all like, "Ugh."
from my recollection, the first beer, like I've tasted beer as a kid because I feel like every kid is like asked their parents, "What's that?" And it's like, "Oh, I'm having a beer." It's like, "Can I taste it?" And if your parents are like, "Well, it tastes horrible to anyone under our age, so sure, take a sip and realize how much you hate it." Exactly what happened. I tried it. It was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. You're like, why do people drink this?
Why do people drink this?
Yeah.
But then you go into high school and you're like, well, people are drinking this. I think I need to drink this. So the first thing I had was a MGD. That was
Okay.
the first. That was like the beer of
Miller Genuine
of-
Draft was the beer of our high school years for
generation.
some reason.
It was
2004,
it's the
2008
champagne of
MGDs.
beer, isn't it?
No, that's
High
High
Life.
Life.
Same
Oh.
Miller though is Miller. So I think
But-
High Life came out then.
No, High Life has been out, but I mean,
that's what it blew up. I feel
I
like.
think Genuine Draft was the new beer. That was like supposed to be like because I don't even think they make it anymore. Genuine Draft.
Oh, did they call it something else?
I don't
No,
know.
I think they do. I feel
Do
like I've
they?
seen it.
They still make Genuine Draft. Okay,
I
so
feel like-
Genuine Draft was like the new thing. I think that's why we had it so much.
Okay, but it was also so cheap that like high schoolers couldn't afford it. I remember we had a party of like there's 20 of us and we tried to scrounge up as much money as we could. Literally the only thing we could afford is a bottle of Cutty Sark Scotch blended whiskey.
Ugh, yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
$15. It's bad.
gross.
Yeah, it's pretty
not
bad.
good. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And we just
Sounds bad.
pulled in all of our $2 each. Some of us less. We just poured it inside of our mugs with whatever the fuck we
I think
had.
I even mentioned in that video how like I drank a bunch of Hurricanes one time and then I threw up all over myself.
It's
And
because you're spinning so fast.
What does it taste like?
Do I have one?
Ugh.
It just tastes like a to me it just tastes like a really crisp lager.
Oh, so
it's
it
just
tastes like
it's
a
just really
beer?
strong beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was expecting like it tastes like fruit punch beer.
It's called
No.
malt liquor because the alcohol percentage is so high.
Yeah, so there's sort of different categories you go off into. So basically, like the juices, the Sparks, the Four Locos, those are like fruity malt liquor beverages. Then you have like the King Cobras, the Mickeys, the Hurricanes, and that sort of area.
Old English.
Cold, Old English, Cold 45. Like that's just like high alcohol beer in like the way you think of beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's cocktails and everything else. And I was gonna say, because we're talking about this story, it's so funny that I just tried a White Claw for the first time, and I fucking like it.
Okay, you would, dude.
So I was going to say the
No, I actually
seltzers
I like
are a
one.
thing
I
right
don't.
now.
Here's the thing: is I don't doubt that they don't taste good. You know. I'm sure
you haven't had one?
I haven't had one. I'm sure they're
Fair enough.
fine.
I
Actually,
tried,
no, I did. I did have one.
I tried 3 flavors. I hated the grapefruit one.
It's basically what? It's basically the
It's
same
like
as those frescas,
it's an-
right? That she
No,
did.
not nearly at all. Think of a LaCroix, but just have a small amount, 5% alcohol.
Ugh, sounds disgusting.
It's it's basically a vegan Four Loko, bro.
Right.
Have you ever had a Zima?
Yeah.
Someone said it's like a Zima.
Oh, okay.
I've never had
so
one.
I
like
never
Zima.
had a
Okay,
Zima.
I have had a Zima.
Yeah.
But
So-
Zimas are sweet, I heard.
Oh, then maybe not. Yeah,
Zima's like a
This is just alcohol and seltzer water.
Zima's like a
and flavor.
diet Smirnoff Ice.
I don't think I've ever had a Smirnoff Ice.
What in the fucking what?
They taste like squirt.
Yeah,
That sounds good.
The
it's like squirt soda.
The
No, think of like I just said this, the LaCroix, whatever.
LaCroix,
LaCroix.
LaCroix,
And
whatever.
add alcohol.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, the black cherry one's good though.
Okay.
Hate the grapefruit one.
And if you like the
Not a fan
dude,
of the lime
lime
one.
LaCroix
I
is
fuck with
fucking
black cherry
Ugh.
yeah,
though.
And the coconut I heard was.
fucking
Coconut?
dookie, dude.
Ew.
I haven't had it,
Ew.
Dookie
Dookie.
water.
Well,
but I have tried the Truly and the Bon and Viv,
I haven't had those ones yet.
and her frescos are still better.
No,
but
absolutely.
but-
Like I just told her when she walked in the guava citrico. That's my new favorite. That shit's I fuck with that.
That's a lot of people's fave.
Yeah.
But the Bon and Viv seltzers are good. They're like for this weather, like when it's 1,000 degrees.
Well, that's
To
exactly
to
what we're
drink
talking
that
about.
over
Yeah.
ice,
So like,
oh,
that,
it's
like, dude,
perfect.
yesterday was like the first time I was like, I'm not in the mood for beer right
Yeah.
now. You know, like, and it's just like I just like don't want it.
I know,
Because I don't want to
it's
feel like because it's like feeling bloated in the hot sun, like
It's
in the
making
hot
you
weather
more- yeah,
makes you feel
exactly.
worse.
And then
Yeah.
you sweat and
Yeah.
you smell like beer.
Yeah, it's not a fun, cute thing at all.
No.
So that's why we're drinking cocktails, but we specifically went for the lighter alcohols. So you both are drinking vodka and Monster, and I put in a little bit of margarita mix to get it that little citrus kick. Me, I'm doing a gin and tonic with the same margarita mix.
So
'cause I
much
don't have
for
limes
my
right now.
low sugar, low carb, conscious diet.
That's no sugar.
It's no beer.
What about the margarita mix?
It's no sugar margarita mix.
You promise?
No. I tell that to people in my restaurant. They're like, "Oh, I really want a dessert, but the sugars and the calories." I'm like, "It's actually reverse calories."
So
we use.
that was the second part of that video that I was telling you about. So we did the malt liquors, and then we we did it in a bar. So like then the waitress ended up the bartender made skinny girl cocktails.
Oh.
So they were all like low sugar, low sodium.
Well,
and
yeah.
I liked every single one of them, and like all the other guys, like, well, where's the fucking sugar in this? Blah, blah, blah. No.
See, this is the thing that fucks you up. It's knowing ahead of time, and this is why I don't tell people unless they really want to know. I'm like, if you want a good thing, I'll give you a good thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't think about what it is.
Well, 'cause
I make diet cocktails all the time because two things. One, I am trying to not be as high
But
sugar.
also, I don't like that much sugar in my drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I make them taste good.
Yeah.
Like if I did the exact same thing but I used fresh lime juice, it would be that much better and still not be like
Sure.
more than the alcohol. Well, the alcohol is like 100 calories.
I already
or
like
whatever.
sipped this whole thing down because I'm thirsty.
I know, bro.
It's so refreshing.
She's doing it right with the double fisting with the water and
I'm
the
double
cocktail.
fisting.
But are they both gone already?
Half. No, well, more than half both.
We
hey,
got
so
this,
I
don't
got to go on Jurassic World.
Wait, did we talk about this last week? I don't remember
I
when
don't think
I
so.
went.
Okay, I want to hear both of you guys tell
Yeah,
me
so
about
we've
it.
both then in the last 2 weeks been to.
So
Jurassic
did you do
Park.
single
I
rider?
just
No,
opened.
this is what. Okay, so I went.
Okay,
with
you
my,
fucked up.
I
bro.
did, but I went
Ooh.
with my friend. She
Insider
works.
scoops.
She works at Universal, so literally
who,
the worst
Lacey?
part. Huh? No, another one, an actor friend of mine. She works at Universal, and she gets front of the line passes for everything
Except Jurassic World, yeah.
Jurassic World. So we were in line for 3 goddamn hours.
Wow.
Why?
I could have been watching Endgame in line the entire time.
We went,
Oh,
bro.
shit,
We
you
went single.
should've.
We went single rider, and we all got in together.
Yeah. See, that's why I told everyone after the fact. I was
Yeah.
like, if you want to go,
We got split up. We got split up to where so it was me, Vicky, her dad, and then Jesse and Sally, her sister and her sister's boyfriend, and then so they went off together and they got on the same one.
Yeah.
And then the three of us got on one together.
Yeah.
And we were all on single rider. They just filled up the fucking. So like we got in like nothing. It broke down for like 10, 15 minutes while we were in line, but like there was no line for single rider, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. Do you remember you've been on Jurassic Park the ride
Yes,
before, right?
many times.
Yeah, this one I want to say I had a lot more fun on this one. I feel like there's more detail in the other one.
Yes, I agree. As far as like
The middle.
the middle part where the car used to be that would fall.
Yeah, that was fucking cool. And that's not there anymore.
Yeah, but the inside is way cooler.
Yeah, so literally the beginning is super fun. It actually adds well, there was first of all, there's a lot more water. At least when I went, I got drenched.
Yeah, so did I. But I think they
Didn't turn that up.
kick it up a notch for the summer.
So
That's good. That's
the
smart.
beginning's super fun. You actually get to go and see the Mosasaurus, which is the water.
That's
Dinosaur.
that was really cool. Yeah.
To me, that sounded the coolest. So that's that part
Yeah.
alone because I haven't been. But
Yeah.
That was
I
really
was
cool.
like, oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Because the way they make they make the aquarium look, it's like with that 3D technology that they use and all those and like the tram ride and shit. It's that like the 360 3D thing. So you look like you're going. Like when you go through the shark tanks, like at the aquariums and stuff. How, like they have those walkways.
Yes.
And they can
And
like
it's
swim
like a
above.
tunnel, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it is. But they have the fucking whatever it's called.
That's exactly. So he was a little bit describing it to me, and that's exactly how I pictured it. Because I take my daughter to the aquariums a lot.
Yeah.
And those rooms are so
It-
cool
it's
already.
really cool, yeah.
So I could already imagine because you said like it makes it like it's
Yeah.
cracking the
Yeah.
glass.
Glass and
I'm
shit
like,
like that.
oh, that shit would make
And
me
then
it
laugh.
squirts at you.
And then the middle is like literally
It
nothing.
squirts at you.
There's more water, but it's boring. And then the end,
Okay.
once you start going up, then stuff starts being cool again.
Yeah, and Dude, the one at the right before the drop, it used to be the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now it's the what?
Velociraptors.
No, there's the Raptors. You see the Raptors.
Okay, so
but
basically how it works when you go up there, that's where all of the carnivores seem to have migrated to. You see
To
like
the end?
Yeah, you see
Yeah.
shit, like if they were real, obviously that's where you get fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like an ambush essentially. There's so many of them, and then you can see the Indominus come out and the T-Rex is there again.
Dude, but when the Indominus comes, it's pretty fucking
whoa.
gnarly.
Scary?
Yeah, because it comes straight at you and then you drop, and
That's
it
too
gets
scary.
really close, and it's really big too.
Yeah.
So
It's bigger than the T-Rex. I
yeah,
want to
it's
say.
really big. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's super fun.
How cool.
Super worth checking out. Not worth 3 hours unless you really feel
Okay.
like it. But
I'd say worth an hour tops.
yeah. Well,
Like,
we're also
if you're gonna wait,
spoiled
if you're
now.
gonna wait an hour.
I will say this: I enjoyed the trip because that was the first thing we did. It was after we ate. We stood in line for 3 hours, which sucked.
When's the last time you went to Universal Studios?
Before
besides
that, when Jurassic Park was still open. So
this?
before they even started.
Oh, so not
construction.
that long ago.
Not that long.
I mean, that was just
maybe
like a year ago.
2 years.
Yeah,
a
they
year
did
and a
it
half?
quickly.
No,
I feel like.
no, it was fast. Because
Yeah.
when I got my pass.
Well, I've heard behind the scenes shit that says that it's so rushed. That's why the middle's so forgettable. There's stuff that they might put in later, but they were supposed to put in that's not there.
I see.
So there's a lot of rushing for the
Yeah,
project.
because it was one of their main attractions. So
Yeah.
I mean,
And then it's like the summer ride. It's literally their water ride.
yeah. So when I got my pass, it was in the winter of last year, and so they only took like 6 months to do it.
Yeah, that's it's
Yeah,
too quick.
I feel like I went probably less than a year ago, and I got on Jurassic Park
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like super fun, and then after that we literally just walked on to everything else, which was pretty awesome. So did everything there. But one thing I did get to do that I haven't been in years, I went to Disneyland this past Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. So you got to,
Disneyland-
did you get to see Galaxy's Edge?
Yes, I went to Disneyland and California because right now, at least I believe until the 30th, if you're a pass member, you can get in 3 people for $99 park hoppers.
What?
Yup. So my whole family went because my cousin.
$100 a person, right?
Yeah.
That's
so,
I
that's a
know.
good deal.
It's a
So
fucking
I'm
gonna have to-
badass
why
deal.
Why didn't I'm gonna have to fucking hit up my brother and be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah. Either he didn't know or he didn't fucking tell you.
Yeah.
Because my mom and my cousin are both pass holders, so that means they got like 6 of us in there plus them. So it was perfect as far as the number of people that we had. And then
That's a sweet deal. I mean, it hasn't been $100 and what? Because now it's like
Ever.
$150, right?
it's like $150, I think, for a person for a single ticket for a single day.
Jesus Christ.
These are park hoppers. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
also
that's
cool.
a great
So
deal.
Basically, we went in. First thing we did, obviously, was go straight towards Galaxy's Edge.
How was it? Was it like?
really fucking cool?
Well, I mean, as far as like the crowd goes.
no, so I went on Wednesday, which was
Oh,
probably
okay.
key.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
During the
There was no long lines for anything. Everything was. There's people there, obviously, but it was not cramped at all.
And if you went first thing in the morning too, right? So
Yeah, so I woke up. I woke up at 6 a.m. And then we went there, and yeah, it was fine. It was good. We went. I got to go on the Smuggler's Run, where you get to pilot the
fucking
Falcon.
sweet.
I was the gunner, so you basically go in, and they give you a thing, and that.
You got to be the gunner.
Oh yeah, so it's like 2 pilots, 2 gunners, 2 engineers. And I
That's
got to be
so
the gunner.
cool.
And so I was like, yeah, brrrah, brrrah. And it's basically a video game that you like, and then the people are actually
And you were
steering
like,
the
"Did
ship.
you see that?" And
Yeah.
then somebody was like, "I saw a kid. Don't get cocky."
That was exactly what it was. the shitty part is if you're in there with someone like so basically.
Wait, so do you actually? Is it interactive?
it
Where
is
like you
interactive.
shoot down?
You
fucking,
shoot and it shoots. You don't shoot, it doesn't shoot. Same thing with the
But
pilots.
do you actually shoot down TIE fighters?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, that's fucking cool.
The downside is if you have people that fucking suck.
Oh yeah.
Well,
You're-
that's always the
you're just yelling
downside,
at each
isn't
other.
it?
Fucking go! Let's go! Turn left, asshole!
So you're actually even driving you're piloting.
Yes, you're piloting
Oh
it.
my
So
god.
if one of you is fucking up, which some of us were fucking up,
Yeah,
well, you're just yelling at each other.
that is
I would
fucking cool, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. I would be one of the ones who would fuck up. So I'll just probably do it by myself when I go.
Well, I mean, no. So that's the thing. When you go, if you have a small group, other people come in.
God.
But we did it all by ourselves, and then it was still super fun. But it's just
Well-
fun to yell at your family.
Well-
They're like, stop crashing into shit.
Yeah. It's a more interactive experience, like if you were in the Star Wars.
Absolutely.
That's
I was in
so
the Star,
awesome.
I was in the Star
you
Wars.
were in a Star Wars.
They lived the Star Wars.
I lived Star Wars.
Damn.
That was super fun. Got blue milk. Tastes delicious.
Wait.
Kind of slimy.
How
really weird.
how was that? I was about to get blue milk the other day too at Whole Foods.
Okay.
It's a different blue milk.
I figured.
But
This is from
how
Blue.
was-
This is
how
from
was-
Blue Cows.
This is,
How was
it's
yours?
vegan. That was vegan blue milk where they squeeze out blueberries into some milk, some soy milk or something.
So
No,
it's
it's-
like a blueberry milk?
no, I'm kidding.
It's from those weird animals from the island that
That's the
that
green
live-
milk. They have that too.
Oh, it's green. Okay.
Yeah, so they have.
Oh my
they
god,
have,
this is so cute
They
already.
have green milk and blue milk, and it's so cool because it's completely non-dairy. So it's made up of like
Everybody can eat
different
it.
fruit. Yeah, yeah. I believe what I remember. They don't say it there, but I saw it online. There's like passion fruit, melon, coconut. Like it's tropical, and then it's like an icy. But then it's so weird, and I don't know why. It kind of is slimy. It's a delicious, yet slimy type of thing.
Yeah, I heard they put a lot of effort into making these drinks.
It's
Like,
good. I would get it again.
So
Su-
awesome.
would be
Stuff like
super
that,
great.
little details, which I've seen many of already because my friends I have friends who have already been since Star Wars area opened at least 5 times.
Yeah.
And that's like like come on, people, give other people a chance. But they love it. They love Star Wars. They love Disneyland already. So now Star Wars and Disneyland combined is like
Yeah.
we will live here.
Totally.
So one of the tips we have in the comments is you don't have to wait in line if you get the assisted guest pass. So that's basically saying I have an injury or a disability, and
do.
and then they give it to you for any reason. Like you could be like I have claustrophobia, anxiety, like shit like that, and then
I should fucking do that.
I need
we
a
never
lot of
tried
those
that.
passes.
Because I kind of do have those things.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I was like if I wait in line, like irritable bowel syndrome, just make up something that doesn't affect anyone, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I told you how fucking I don't think I can do the I don't think I can do the Harry Potter ride anymore. Did I tell you about that?
Why?
It's
Too
just-
hot?
No, it just I'm there's something I'm starting to realize about myself as I get older.
You're a wizard.
I'm claustrophobic.
Oh, because you're in the bookshelf.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and it really fucks with me. I did it twice, and the first time, like I got on and I immediately start kind of like, oh, I can't move my fucking elbows, and then I have this whole mental like.
I'm sorry.
I have this whole mental fucking monologue like.
She's just like you bitch, you little bitch.
And because you're in there like this, and I'm kind of I got broad shoulders. I'm kind of a big guy, so like being being stuffed in that thing, like it starts to make me freak out, and I almost asked them to stop and let me out. Like,
Don't they put notices or like warnings on some of these things?
yeah, but
like,
I didn't
"Don't
know this
come
about
in
myself
here."
until like I was on
discovered
the
it,
this is
basically.
like I basically discovered this like, oh, I don't like fucking being like that tight in a fucking situation,
That's good,
and
at
then
least-
strapped in, so.
At least you didn't have like a breakdown.
I
'cause
almost,
they couldn't-
I was really close. I mean, like
That's
tears were,
scary.
You know what
tears were forming and ready to get off, but and
You
then
know what? You're actually lucky that it didn't break down while you were on it.
it did the second time. So that's why I don't think I'll get on again. And so this is what happened. So then Vicky look like Vicky notices that I'm silent,
Yeah.
like while we're on the ride, and she like looks at me and she sees that I'm sweaty and I'm pale.
Oh shit! So, like your
Like-
blood sugar's dropping and shit.
Like,
You're
and I'm legitimately like I'm probably gonna faint or like I'm panicking, dude. Like I think like my heart rate is going so fucking fast, and I think because I can't. It's a weird, stupid thing, but it's like it's real. When you
Yeah.
can't fucking move, like I don't know. It just I started freaking out, and like it was. I'm like it got to. I'm like I think I gotta get off, and she's like, "Are you serious?" And I was like. I don't know. And like I wanted, there's that part of me that wants to just tough it out. Like you're just being a bitch, just fucking. And then so once the ride started, like I was cool. The visuals are enough to kind of like keep
Distract you?
Yeah, and it was cool. The ride's amazing.
It
but
moves. It's
yeah.
in motion too, so it's not like you're in a little space.
And so then the second time.
You're flying, bro.
So the
Flying.
second time
On a
I get
broom.
past this part, right? So like I know what to expect this time. So I get past this part, and then we're in it, and then it just stops, and the lights go down, and we're in complete darkness, and I'm strapped into this, and now I legit like I'm almost about to start screaming, like because
Oh my goodness
I've been on
gracious.
it twice when it's broken down. The lights have never gone down. Why did
everything went down, And we're in complete darkness.
Oh my
We're in
god! What
complete
if I have a power outage?
Check this out. So then, so we're in complete darkness. I'm having a fucking panic attack.
Yeah.
And then it kicks back on, and they move us into the Dementor room, and then the lights go back on, and then all these
Oh shit!
and it was, dude. And it was horrifying. Like I would probably won't do it again. Really.
That sounds like something a lot of people like. If my kid would have would have had that experience, she probably would never have gone on that ride again.
Yeah, the last one was real bad.
Does he used to like scary things?
She's
or
been
roller
on that a
coasters?
few times. Sometimes, like there was one day it was so slow. I guess she went with her cousins and they just got on it back to back to back.
Yeah.
3 times over and over. Like as soon as they got off, got back on. Like or the ladies just told them, "Do you want to go for another ride?" Because no one's in line, and they love it. But we haven't seen the dark arts stuff at night. Did you get to check that out?
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
No, I haven't seen it, but from what I heard, because we just left because I guess the downside to us getting on everything so fast was we just knocked everything out. It was still light, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
You know,
because you get through that park pretty quickly. That's kind of why. That's kind of what I like about it.
Whereas
Me too.
Disneyland, we're struggling. Like we are tactical with what we do.
Yeah, you have to have a
you
game
gotta-
plan
you
of
gotta.
what you want to do.
Fast pass. We
Yeah.
all paid the extra $15 so that we got the app where you can get your fast passes on the app.
Oh,
So
whoa.
that means that you don't have to send a fucking.
I didn't know you
runner.
could do that now.
Yeah. So now you get. I think it's
Fucking
called
Disney.
Prime Pass or something. Whatever. You
Is there
anything,
more
anything for that
Monster in
extra
here?
buck.
Yeah, there's more monsters, so I put it there, and then more
gonna-
vodka right there.
I'm gonna grab
I was gonna say if everyone pays an extra $15, you get all of your pictures that you took sent to the app,
I drank
and they
It's
also
alright, I'll
they
just
also
grab another.
they also get to do the fast passes from your phone, so you don't have to go to each ride and blah blah blah, and it also tells you the wait list and when you're coming back. So it's like you can organize things very very easily. And so we all did that, and literally like we were just constantly going. Like there was times where I'm like, can we just stop and get some food? We're like, nope, get some food. We'll eat it while you walk.
Yeah.
And so we try to do everything. What do you want?
Stir or a
yeah.
straw.
Or
a stick? I was thinking you know how to shake it, no?
You can't do it with those cups. Can you grab? Actually, you could probably reach.
What is it?
There's the monsters are right there.
Oh yeah.
Those are hot ones. I'll give you a cold one.
Oh, give him a cold
Oh,
one.
you have cold ones?
Woo.
You know what? There's something I wanted to ask you.
Temperature color changing straws.
Yes, it's my favorite straw.
Oh my
I
god, you're
love
so
this.
easy to excite.
Woo.
What were you saying? What were you asking? What did
I was
you
going to ask you something. Okay. What is a service fee at a restaurant?
That's
gratuity.
that's tip. It's called a tip.
Yeah, so basically what it is
But it didn't say that. It said that this, okay. So we went to Karl Strauss after.
yeah.
And
How many there were you? How many of you were there?
6.
Yeah, 6 is usually the number where restaurants will add a service fee, which is gratuity.
Okay. So we didn't know that, and then because
on top.
because on the bill it says this is to blah 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 maintain so that there's no price spikes or something like that. So it didn't say that it was like it didn't say that.
That's
no, it
just
does-
tricky
yeah,
word. It's
it
a
is.
tip. It's just to make sure that you tip your server.
Okay. Well, our server was
Yes and
fucking
no.
terrible.
then you can fight it. You can actually call them
You
right
can
now.
say, I don't want to give them that
No, you
18%
could- you
or
could say,
20%.
give me a refund
and give me the tip back.
Well, they took it off. Yeah, they ended
Oh,
up taking
okay.
it off because so Vicky's dad, he's a I mean the bitch was terrible. I mean I was like
Yeah.
I was falling asleep waiting
And
for my fucking food.
That's actually one of the downsides.
my fries weren't even hot.
Yeah.
By the
that's
time
not
it got-
that's not the service fault, but I'm just saying like that's actually the downfall of gratuity sometimes is when servers know that they're gonna get gratuity, they're like, I don't really have to try that hard for that table. That's a shitty server, obviously.
Right.
But it's just another out for
But
someone like
it was
that.
nuts, man. Like we had nobody in our section. Like
Yeah.
and it was like, bitch, like we're the only table here.
And to
you
be
know?
honest with you, like if you know good service or if you like, I've worked and even like managed like cool little like mom and pop restaurants.
Yeah.
If you see fucking 6 people coming in, you don't even include a service fee. You're just there like, let me just be the badass server I am, and
And
they're
all-
probably gonna tip me.
and
well,
only four
you
of,
know?
and only
You should
four of
do,
us
yeah.
ate. So like 2 weren't even ordering any food.
That's that's so. I feel like if you get a party of 20, then
Oh yeah,
they should
then it's just like,
assume.
absolutely.
They should assume I'm tacking that on, and then hopefully I'm good enough still afterwards that you tip me on top.
But
of
anyway,
that willingly.
so-
That's why I hated Olive Garden.
So-
Was you'd have a party of like 15, 3 of them were adults, the rest were like 11-year-olds or under.
Yeah.
And then you're like, here's a $5 bill for your troubles.
Oh,
I was like, fuck this life, I'm out.
Wait, how many people?
oh,
Like
hell
15. So okay, so
no.
there,
Oh,
I
but they're all
remember-
kids.
Yeah, here's the thing. There was this
They're all
one.
demons from fucking hell.
There was this one section that I remember everyone hated because you knew you were gonna get fucked. It was the family section essentially. There was the big.
Oh, I
You've
would
been
have.
to the one in
I would have
Arcadia.
boycotted the family section.
So you can't. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's a long table. I believe it fits up to like 14, 15 people.
Yeah.
And every time it was just a couple adults and all their little fucking demon offspring.
Yeah.
And it was like, let's get one salad and 15 plates, please. I'm like, sir, you can't do that.
And then-
I believe is it not endless?
Is it
the
not
salad
bottomless?
endless? I'm like, it.
There's no bottom to the salad, is there?
No, just bring us 15 plates.
Is there a bottom to this breadstick ball?
No, yeah, fuck that. That's why I was. It was just a nightmare. So that's why I'm like, I'm always sympathetic to what servers have to go through,
Well,
but
here-
I'm also know what good service is.
But this is the thing,
and
is
what
like,
it takes.
so
And, like,
I'm always on like the, because I know you're like in the service industry, and
Yeah.
like so like I always get in this sort of not argument, but it's like I'm always on the fucking consumer side where I'm like, okay, well, give me good service, I will give you good tip.
exactly.
Yes, I'm with you though. Whereas like Justine and I, we differ on that.
Right, that's
She's
what
like,
I'm saying.
everyone
She's
gets
like
good
everyone.
tips.
I'm like, fuck no,
No.
She gets $2. What are you talking
She's
about?
horrible.
I'm like, she'll get $1 maybe.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And that's what I'm saying. Like I know what you have to
Sad.
do. So if I see you struggling, I'm like, I get it. You clearly it's busy. Blah blah blah.
yeah,
Oh,
no, she
yeah.
didn't.
But
I
if
mean,
you're-
she didn't even break a sweat, and she kept forgetting shit.
Yeah.
It was like.
Write it down.
Yeah, and it was just like, come on, bitch! Like, we're the only table in your section. Like,
Yeah.
there's
What was her name?
I don't know.
Oh, she wants you to call her out straight up. It's like,
I don't know.
What is this bitch's name?
Oh, so anyways,
Shout out to the bad server at Cal Strauss.
Carl Strauss and
Carlos.
fucking in
Universal?
City
City Walk?
City Walk, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Shitty walk.
so I mean, the food was fine. You know, that's
Yeah, I've
not.
never had bad food there.
I've never had bad food there, but
that
But-
drunken Chiopino is my favorite.
Ooh,
It's
that
like
sounds bomb. A
it's
soup?
Like
a fish soup?
Siete Mares.
Yeah.
so Vicky's dad ends up he gets all he's pretty pissed off about the service, right? And then the bill's $100, and like
That's
you know we
not a lot for 6 people.
But you're saying there's
Four
only
people.
4 people eating and like
it was expensive. It's expensive food there. It's not that cheap. But you know, we
Yeah.
gave him money for it. But he's just like, what the fuck? and then because of the service fee.
Yeah.
And then he looks. He's like, what the hell is this? So then he passes it around to make us all look at it. Like,
Whoa.
what is it? Like he
Yeah.
wants us to know, to tell him what it is, and then we read it to him, and he's like. That doesn't make any fucking
Like,
sense.
fuck this place
And so
and
like,
the price
so then he
hikes.
puts his credit card down and he hands it to the girl and he goes, "Hey, this service fee doesn't work." And she goes, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I didn't get no service."
yeah.
And she's like, "Well, that's not what it's for." He's like, "Well, I'm just saying, everything took a really long time." And she's like, "Do you want me to talk to him?" She's like, "No, I'm just letting you know."
Oh,
And
well,
then-
you should have got the manager.
And
yeah.
then,
Yeah,
but then
at
she ended
that
up
point.
leaving, and then she took it off,
Good.
and he didn't tip her. We left, yeah, but it was like, fuck, dude.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but I was like, that was a pretty good line. That he's like,
That
the
was
service
good.
fee ain't
It
working.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I get it. Like everyone has their shit, but in all honesty, it's not disrespect to just want good service.
You know, and I'm starting to realize that as I get older too. Like, because before I was like, you know, a little more timid at restaurants. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude. These people are trying to work. Like, but now it's like, yo, this is your job. Like, you know, be good at it or don't fucking work here.
Even decent. Like I've told horror stories to people where it's just
I
like,
know.
how are you this bad? Like there's like new, there's like
I
not
mean,
great, and then there's just I feel like you're trying to be bad.
Right.
I know a lot of those.
Yeah, and I've had so many of those. You know,
Yeah.
like, and I mean,
I've worked with so many of those.
It's just like, what the fuck, dude?
No,
Like,
and that's the thing. As a server, you're like, oh god, how are you even? You're getting paid the same amount of money as me, and I don't really like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. That's
But that's just because I pull tips and shit.
that's why I think the that's why I don't really like that fucking service charge, because I don't think everyone should get
But
a
it's
tip.
not. You should know that based on like California laws, like they are not.
They're not allowed to do it, right?
legally
Now-
allowed to do it
now they are.
without your consent.
Oh,
No.
okay. So basically, what it is on
so
the
you
menus.
can argue it.
Yeah, but on the menus it says it.
Yes, and if they put it and it
It's
says
alerting
it,
you
So
to
they're
what the
sneaky
policy
snakes.
is.
exactly. But no, they have to make a notice like with some of like the more
Whoa,
ghetto
Just
stuff.
noticed that my headphones weren't all the way plugged in.
Wow,
until
what
she
happened?
moved. She moved, and I'm like, oh, I
Yeah,
can hear
so-
better now.
Oh, you
Well,
know
mine-
what? Me too.
mine got
Ooh, it's
really
a
loud right
little-
now.
Yeah, it's a little wild now.
I don't know if she hit one of these.
Did I hit something?
Everyone's headphones got really loud right
What
now.
did I do? Did
Or,
I do
or the
this?
mics.
Oh no, she hit the button. This.
Oh, okay.
I was like, how did that work?
Okay, now I need my headphones back up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, you turned me down. Okay, cool.
You're good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chill.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. And the same thing happened. Where the fuck was I recently? Just this past weekend, we went out to dinner somewhere, and I got the same. And it was a gratuity was included, but like it said gratuity,
Yeah, different.
and so like
Just
and
same
that's
thing,
why I
different
was
word.
that's why I was fine with that because but the other thing said service charge.
Yeah,
It's the same shit.
exactly.
But it didn't say that it was going to the person that was serving.
Well, look, and that's another thing too. In
Well, it's a
different
serving
restaurants-
charge.
in different restaurants, and this is
No.
what's also fucked up. It doesn't always go to the server or just the server.
Yeah, that's another part.
That's actually
tricky.
why I don't
Oh,
like.
so then you have to tip on top of that.
No,
I mean,
you don't know
don't-
what
you don't know what
you
it
don't
is.
know
where
what's
it's going.
going on.
You don't know
Yeah.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
going.
That's
You
what
don't
I'm
know
saying.
if
It was
they give them
it was
only
masked with
a
words that
portion.
didn't make
Yeah.
any that
Yeah.
kind of
Like-
why is
Yeah.
that my problem?
One of
that-
the most fucked up places I ever worked at, and it seems to be common, specifically with like I'm not gonna call them out, but like
Uh-oh.
in specific ethnicities.
Let's not
they
do it.
they tip out the back house, which I'm not saying is a bad. It's just like it's shitty because 90% of the restaurants, all the tip goes to the servers or the front of the house. Like you get like
Oh, they
but-
tip out the kitchen
yeah.
too.
And I'm like, why are they getting more money? Like they chose that life. They chose that life to be back there.
No, Garrett, I disagree with you on this
I'm
very
I'm
much.
very much. I am very
I
much.
kinda
think-
disagree,
I
too.
think the heart of
Nope.
a restaurant, like
no,
when
I-
I start working at one, at whatever
Yeah.
position I'm working, the back of the house is first friends, first ones
No,
that
no,
I'm
I
trying to
agree.
get under their good graces, not just to eat
Yeah.
well. It's like you ensure that everything going out.
Do
is
you
made
think?
well, and
Okay, wait.
everything is
What,
like,
what is it that you're trying to say? That
What I'm trying to say is tipping is literally 90% of it is your relationship to your server or bartender or whatever.
But
I
if,
still-
if your food comes out and it's great,
Yeah.
or your food comes out and it's not great, if you have a great service, it's about the same. But
sure.
what I'm saying
Okay.
is when you come into a job, you know what you're going for. Like if you're going and you're giving the best service of your life, and you decided to get like I don't know, I'm trying to think of a job that doesn't include tipping, like
McDonald's.
yeah, I guess.
God.
I wasn't just talking about the food restaurant, but each position require you understand what you're getting yourself into. Like managers shouldn't get tips. Most of them don't. Some of them put themselves into placement where they do, which is a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
which is questionable.
Yeah, I used to work at a place where the bar manager
Okay,
gave
wait.
himself Friday and Saturday nights.
I
And
know.
I'm like, what the fuck was that?
I
You
know
give-
plenty of establishments, even around my hood, that
Yeah.
are still paying their, not even managers. It's
Yeah.
like assistant managers
Yeah.
a certain hourly rate, and still allowing
I
them
think
to make.
that's
tips.
what. Okay, let's go back. This is what I'm saying. People that are making more than servers, why are they making tips? We're making tips to make up for the fact that we are being paid.
Sure, but you don't
minimum
think
wage.
you don't think that that if
management has a salary
But
and
you-
benefits.
you don't.
And
Well, yeah, I agree with that. Okay, I totally agree with if management has salary and benefits, then they shouldn't be involved in anything that you guys are picking up.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. But you don't think that maybe I see what you're saying. Like if the
yeah,
if
and
the back
she was saying the same thing. She was like, the back of the house, they make more money. They get salary. And so I'm saying, like, you come into a job, be like, I want
Okay,
to have a
but-
steady paycheck and a salary and benefits, or you come in and you can work 5 days a week, you can work 1 day a week, and then tips.
But they're eating okay, so I understand. I see what you're saying, but I'm just asking this. Like, you don't think that maybe because the people are eating the food that the people make, that
Yeah.
they deserve maybe at least like a 10% tip?
Deserve is a vastly different thing than what you sign up for.
No,
Sure.
I think.
That's the
I
conversation
didn't
I'm
know
saying.
that that's the argument we were having. I
Yeah.
thought that the issue was just in general. What you're trying to say is like if you're forced to tip out the back of the house.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
so-
Yeah, that,
Okay, that's what
I agree.
Forced is
Forcing-
also different.
Forcing
Yes.
someone to give up their money for
Yeah.
someone else is not what I chose. So
Gotcha.
I decided
Gotcha.
to leave that place. Is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
It's all a decision,
Yeah.
and so I'm.
So were they getting
Um,
more of the tips, or were you splitting them evenly? between the people in the back?
I don't remember the percentage, but it was basically they're getting paid more already.
They're already getting paid more,
And then I'm giving up
they're
the money
giving up the
that-
tips.
But then at places too where you get taxed on your tips, where it's like, oh no, you get taxed on your sales. So this is what was fucked up. So even if you got like let's say you got a good night and you had 20% of your sales was tips. That's a good night or whatever. If you would be taxed the same amount, the same percentage if you had 5%.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
you just had to give up all this money to all these
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
people.
yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just laughing at Jesse's.
Jobs are stupid. Work is stupid. Quit your day job. I love it.
But like, what I'm saying is, I would agree that the people in the back would kind of like. I mean, if I probably wouldn't do this, but if it ever were like a situation where I had to make a decision of a percentage that the people in the back would have, like they are allowed a certain amount of tips, and it's up to your discretion how much you give them. Like I would give them like probably 20%.
Well, yeah, it's all up to basically the structure of the thing, which goes back to my original thing: is you have to know what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
Uh,
So what I'm saying is, it's less than what you're making. It's less than what you're getting, as far as tips go. But I think they deserve, a little bite of the chunk because they're the ones actually producing what you're giving out.
Everyone deserves more, but
Not everyone.
well, I'm saying all the hard workers deserve more.
Sure.
But it's up to what
you're
you
still
choose.
dancing around what I'm
I
saying.
know what you're saying. Like, what are you saying? You're saying every kitchen person deserves to have their servers give them a cut. Everyone.
No.
And that's the problem
Fuck
with blanket
that
statements
shit.
like that.
What do you wait? Say that again.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying I don't see a problem with giving them some of the house tips.
Not a problem. Being forced to do something is a problem.
Sure, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But also, what if that's the policy? And
That's what you choose to get into, and if you stay there, then that's up to you. Don't be bitching about it. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying that as a general rule. My whole philosophy.
Sure,
in
but
life
it is
stop bitching about your situation because you put yourself there.
it is common knowledge that if you're working in the kitchen, you're not getting the tips.
Exactly, and that's
Okay.
exactly what I'm saying.
Right,
So
okay.
it's like you go and do a specific job because like I know I'm not gonna get tips, but I know I'm gonna get higher salary and possibly benefits, etc.
So they made
And
that a
I-
policy because they were complaining about it? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I was saying I worked at a job that did that, and I was like, I don't really care for this because sometimes they're fucking up, and they
Sure.
still get my money.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah,
just that
that's
part of the
stupid.
story.
Yeah.
Then it just got into a bigger sort of philosophical, like, should people get paid this and that? And I'm like, no, just this one specific area. I'm like, these motherfuckers fucked up all the time, and they still got my money.
But also, you never really know. I mean, you could be making, because of the tips, you could be making way more than the chef.
oh no, that's not part of what I'm saying at all. There's been
way more than the chef.
I mean,
probably not.
maybe
Yeah.
more.
The
I
chef?
know for a fact that if you're at a good place and you work enough
let's say-
days, you make more than managers,
Oh yeah, that's
Right.
without a doubt. But
you don't get
chefs,
benefits
Chefs
or
don't
guaranteed anything.
Sure, but I mean,
They get guaranteed
fucking
hours,
get-
guaranteed money.
Get
guaranteed
Medi-Cal because
Wait, who doesn't get benefits?
servers.
Oh,
with all your untaxed money, like you're making enough.
That's if you don't like the one I'm at now. It is actually taxed. We have to declare.
You get
everything.
taxed?
It sucks.
Ah,
I know.
oh yeah, you have to get all credit
I'm like,
card
I'm like,
tip.
there's, I'm like,
People tip in cash. Thank you.
Yeah.
oh, so all the credit card transactions you have to get taxed on.
Yeah.
My specific.
Oh, because it goes
place-
onto your paycheck, right?
My specific
That's
place.
fucked up.
Everything.
God, that's fucked up.
Well, I mean, it's an honor system with cash. Obviously, you're like, look, I didn't get any cash today. It is up to you.
And how many times do you do that a week?
I don't. I mean, I'm well for multiple reasons. One, I'm making enough money where I don't feel like I need to do that,
Sure.
and two, it's so rare. Like I've never had more than $100 in tips on cash. Which
Really?
Is, yeah.
Because they're all
in a
the-
night. Most everyone pays in a fucking credit card.
Yeah,
Also,
I know.
yeah.
Let me tell you about how fucked I got the other night.
Yeah.
Okay, because they told me, okay, Pacific Plate, the management's out of town right now, so so Vicky was working. She didn't have a bar back on Saturday,
Okay.
I know where this is going a little bit, and I'm already like, okay.
and so they were like. Yeah, Ryan can help you, and then Vicky's like, you can help me out on Saturday, and you can just take all the tips. Bro, I got like $7 in tips. I'm fucking cash tips. It was like,
Get all the tips,
oh no, wait,
babe.
no, it was,
All of them.
oh, no, it was 30. Okay, it came out to like $30 by the end of the day, but $5 of those dollars I put in there to make it look like there was money.
The tip jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I go to bartending events.
Same.
At-
That's
for the hard
that's where
press, because it entices people.
'Cause if
Once
it's
they see
empty,
that 5
yeah.
and 1, you're like, yep, taking tips.
Yeah.
And you
It's
make
like-
money on a lot of those
You
events.
do. That's fun.
Yeah, so I made $30 on a, and I was busting my ass that day.
Aww.
That's life.
Yeah,
and
it is life.
That's actually exactly a perfect example of tipped life. Is you could be doing that and making that, or you could be doing other things where you make a lot more. You don't know. You got to figure it out. Like I've had nights for event bartending where I've made like $300 in tips on just being there for like 3-4 hours.
Yeah,
And
that's
then I've
just
had nights where I'm there for 5 hours and I make like 40.
Right.
But I get fed usually.
But
Usually I try and work it in where it's like, are you gonna feed me?
Right. I mean, that's important. Really, it really is. Because like,
I don't even know how. I haven't worked a job that they haven't fed me in forever. I need that job.
I fucking.
I can't work 3 hours without eating.
That's one of the. That was one of the things that I missed about one of the jobs I had, like because I had snacks and like fucking dude lunch like at least twice a week, you know, 3 times a week, and it was like I never had to like so that's why I had a lot of extra money because I spent a lot of money on food. Yeah,
That's the number one thing I think most people do is food and drink. Obviously, alcohol is like
that's like a treat,
but like food is the number one thing I think most people spend their money. Number one thing most people in.
You think so?
I want to say so.
No, it's different things.
Going
for
out?
different people. Going
Food.
out in
No,
general.
It's food.
I
You
think
say
food and drink. Yeah,
entertainment. You think food?
food and drink is.
I know I
If
for
you,
sure.
if you
is
categorize food, drink, and tip into the same thing, yes, like going
Okay.
out, groceries, everything.
Okay.
You're like,
Yeah, because
there's a lot of times where I go get groceries. I'm like, I'm too hungry to cook. Like, I'll just go get a $15.
Right, me too. Or get the
Meal.
sushi from Whole Foods or
Yeah,
do whatever
exactly.
the fuck. Yeah.
yeah,
So it's
sushi
like,
from Whole Foods.
add all that up, at least I want to say twice a day. You know, for people that don't have
It's a lot of
get
money
at work.
Yeah, that's easily $200.
That's actually why I show up early to work on days where because they feed the opening shift and anyone that's there. So if you come in early, you can eat.
Nice.
So I come in early as much as I can to get fed, and then I just sit there and I wait.
Yeah, that's where I fucked up and never been in the restaurant industry. You know what's funny though is like that that night I was working because like they every now and then they'll let me like you know work the tap room and you know I pour or whatever. But like but one of the reasons they said that they would never hire me was because that I'm impatient or like with people or something like that. And I was like, that's not true. I'm like, if you guys actually paid me, I'd be better to people.
Oh, true.
And, like,
It's always the balance thing. So like,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
always
it's
angry
a
when I was
cyclical
making
thing.
and I'm rude to everybody here because you guys. I'm like, you don't pay me to be here.
I'm here for free.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a perfect example. When I was struggling for money and I was working jobs where I was getting almost nothing compared to my bills and what I needed to pay for, I was like always angry. I was meaner to people. But then like once you start getting paid enough where you can be more comfortable in your life, I'm like yeah, I fucking love everyone, dude.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. And so anyway, I was working with Vicky and like fucking these guys. I hope none of them. What are you laughing at?
I know.
I'm still at like I can't relate. So I'm still at the bitter,
I know.
point of
Oh
my
yeah.
life.
Well, yeah, that's the struggle.
So
I was
still
living-
hate everyone.
Right.
Still.
Well, people are shitty.
I was there for a very fucking long time. It's literally only been since this last stable job that I'm like I can actually
That's cool.
afford to be happy.
Well, like, and
I can actually afford to smile, you guys. It's amazing.
You can afford to smile. That's so
God.
funny.
Seriously, like
It's so funny because I'll never get there.
Right?
no,
It's
no,
just
like I kid you not. Like 3 years ago, I was working twice a week and I was pissed at everything because it's like, and then some of those days I wasn't making anything.
Yeah. No, I was just because I was talking to Vicky about
and I'm
this.
just kidding. I'm not pissed at everything. I'm usually
I'm
like,
not. I was
that's
pissed at
not-
everything.
I'm usually laughing at everything.
Yeah, but you've been busy, so that's good.
Yeah, summer's popping time.
Yeah. Every time I hit her up, she's like, "I'm busy. I go all the fucking way around here."
It's a mess. It's a mess, but it's good. It's good. It's
I'm
a
gonna
good
need a
mess.
job.
Busy mess.
You can have a job summertime. Summertime is easy.
Boom.
There we go. Summertime's in the living. Summertime is living's easy.
Summer,
Okay.
summertime.
No, hold on. So, okay, I hope none of these guys are actually like watching this, but these fucking dudes, they had a guitar out, and they were
Who?
at specific
At
place
Clay?
when I was working there, and
With the bartenders or what? What you
no,
talking
these
about? Who?
guys like behind, like hanging out at the bar, the regulars.
Oh, okay.
And so
Oh
they had a
my
guitar
God.
out, and they're playing guitar,
Electric
singing,
or
no, an acoustic
acoustic?
guitar, singing loudly, horribly loudly.
Wait, which song?
Songs, made up songs,
Their own
any
shit.
songs, yeah, and it was It was funny for the first 25 minutes.
This story I'm really enjoying.
And then it went into an hour, and then it went into 2 fucking hours, and then it was 3 hours, and then at the 4th hour, I looked at Vicky, and I'm like, how the fuck are you allowing them to do this for this fucking long?
Now shut the fuck up and let me do my job.
And she's like, see, that's why you'll never work here. And I was like, people are looking at them like, oh my God, will they shut the fuck up? I'm like, trust me. I'm like, if I were sitting in a booth right now, I'd leave.
No, I agree with you. It depends, again, on where you're at. I would have asked them to leave or stop.
I was this close to going, guys.
This is why I
Put
don't
it
like
away.
live music spots. Like, if I'm going to some spot that I usually like frequent on a Wednesday and I go on a Tuesday and it's their live music night, my ass will walk right back out. I'll be like, where's the next liquor store or other mangy bar?
I agree, but
Fuck
I
that
feel
shit.
so bad as like a live artist standpoint.
Well, and that goes back to where I was saying about
There's
knowing
plenty
good.
of people that enjoy that, though.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not coming out to see that. So it's like people
But
should
so-
look into
but-
that and be like, they're probably
So-
good.
Also, good
yeah.
service versus bad service. You
Yeah.
go, as people who very much appreciate live music.
I
that's
love live
good.
music. I
Oh,
love
no,
live
no,
music.
no. I do
If
as
I
well.
walk
Don't
into a
get me
joint and
twisted.
you're fucking horrible, I'm like, I gotta go.
I
But I
just
understand,
don't
but
like jazzy fucking little like. I don't know. Like
I
my
know.
dad's a musician, so I cannot. There's music all around, all over the place, all
But
the time.
It's all about like what you like too. So like even if it's amazing reggaeton people, if you don't like reggaeton, you don't want to be there.
No, not true. I think
that
if-
doesn't exist,
even if-
dude. Good reggaeton
he-
doesn't
I
exist.
don't know why I pulled that out of nowhere.
One, yes, correct. So, also, there's this really funny thing on YouTube that there's this guy who goes around in Mexico City to a reggaeton concert and he's interviewing people and he's asking them like, so what's that? Like, what are you most excited to do out here? And just like capping on all of them. Like, so do you guys get low? You guys get freaky? What are you guys doing? Oh, what's up with this haircut? Tell me about your haircut. And like,
Your hair looks stupid.
Just talking mad shit to these people. It was funny.
So like I was in Fullerton.
Yeah.
You went to a reggaeton concert?
No. But just going off of what you just said.
Like, gonna go see my daddy Yankee.
I was in Fullerton, and there's a New Orleans themed bar there.
That sounds really fun.
called
though.
Bourbon Street, and
With jazzy.
and it's very nice, and they had like the brick road, so it looks like New Orleans. Like inside, they like
That's
brick.
fucking
It's
cute.
pretty cool. But they had this fucking acoustic artist there, and
garbage.
and it's like he's like,
That's
and
what
like
I
fucking singing.
That's why you were
and
laughing at me because you know that
so
shit I'm talking about.
heartbroken.
Yeah, and I'm
Fucking
sitting there,
hate
I'm
that
trying to have a
shit.
conversation with someone. I'm just like, God, I don't know how fucking much of this I could take, man. Because every fucking song sounded the same, and
That's
it was all
what
like,
I don't like. Yeah, exactly.
and I'm just like, and whereas like if it was, I mean, a New Orleans themed bar, like if it was like an uppity
brass
jazz band, like I'd be like,
fuck
this
yeah.
is sick.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I think the downfall of a lot of places, venues, restaurants that do live music is they don't properly prepare you for that and or advertise that.
Warning, there is. I can hear it, and I'm already. My disappointment is just creeping up,
Yeah.
and I'll give it a chance. Like I'll go ask for a drink and be like, whatever. You know, there's live music. Let's hear this out. Honestly, 85% of the time, it's like this is garbage.
Yeah.
But those 15% of the time, because I don't like that shit. I don't
Yeah.
like
But
unexpected live music. I'll be like, holy shit.
Every now and then you'll
This
run
is
into
fucking dope.
Yeah, you'll see a great, and then you're like, oh, let me get a card, let me get a CD, like
Right. That, but still, I'm not trying to run into, I don't
Right.
want this to be
But
a
this is
frequent
why
situation.
this is why I've always said this is when I open my venue.
Yeah.
This is why I'm gonna have a bar and a showroom.
Okay. That's
'Cause
very smart.
Because I'm always I'm
Soundproof.
always thinking about this because I'm like, for those who want live music, it's going on in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
For those who want to hear stand-up comedy, it's going on in the other room. For those who don't, hang out at the bar.
Yeah. It's funny you say
I'll
that.
go to your venue.
I worked at a place, not exactly like that, but it was restaurant on one side, then literally like just these big doors, glass, you could see what's going on. and then like a bar, a dance floor, and a live stage. So a lot of times, especially Friday, Saturday nights, there'd be live music over here, but then the restaurant over here. And so you didn't have to commingle. Granted, you could probably hear the music, but not blaring in your ears. Like you could have a conversation like this and just have the music in the back. So if you build it in the right way, you can do that pretty well.
Right. And then I was saying this. This is a new format that I thought of that I think is brilliant.
Okay.
What is it?
Okay.
What's your genius idea?
I don't like the idea, which is what
we should take a shot to Ryan's genius idea. I feel like it's shot time.
I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of being in an establishment.
Ew, vodka shot.
You want to do clear tequila? Yeah, we do.
I don't like the idea of being in an establishment and then having to pay to go into a showroom.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I think that's a stupid old school.
I think
like,
that's
dumb
dope
idea.
that you think that's a stupid
So
idea.
what I was saying is, you when you purchase a ticket, you get 2 free drinks.
That's so cool.
So it's the way the Rainbow does it, where like you pay entry, but you get 2 drinks when you walk in.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like,
it's the opposite of the ice room in Pasadena, isn't it?
yeah,
because you
gotta
for
buy
free,
a ticket. You gotta buy a ticket, and then you buy 2 drinks.
And then your entrance is free technically if you buy the 2.
That's because
beverages.
I mean they make most of their money on drinks, but
Gotcha.
ticket sales normally go straight to the the comedian.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Good to know though.
Yeah.
That is
Cheers.
good to know. Cheers, guys.
Oh shit.
Right.
Okay. Cheers.
Salud. Saludos.
So, God. What I was saying. Oh shit! I forgot I had this. So what I was saying, I was having this conversation with somebody. I was like, why not? Even like if you're hanging out at the bar enough.
Yeah.
Like let's say you run up a $40 tab, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit, there's a bar, there's a show going on.
Yeah.
Like, if you've spent enough money, like you should
credits?
be you should be able to get in for free, right?
That's 100%. When you, as someone who's worked in so many restaurants and places like that, it's a completely judgment call as far as like what's the line you have to put. You
What do
have to
you
have policies in place. Like, what is it? $25, $40?
Well, I'm just
What
saying.
if you spend $38.50,
I'm
like
saying
does
just
that not
drinks.
qualify?
Because then that's how you work out whatever you're going to do with the artists.
Yeah.
And just let them know, look, you're getting 15% of the bar.
Yeah.
And in order for anybody to come see you, they have to buy 2 drinks.
Yeah. For restaurants, you have to have strict line policies. So if
I didn't say restaurant, I said bar.
same thing.
No.
It literally is. It just one has food, one doesn't. I'm
Okay,
saying
what
for
do you
any
mean?
establishment like that where you're collaborating with artists,
Right.
comics, etc., you have to have literal lines of what if it doesn't qualify here, it won't work.
What do you mean though? Like,
as far as like what you get, and talking about how if you spend enough money at the bar, you can just go over there.
yeah,
Yeah, you have to have a line. That's what I was saying. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
if
like,
you have $40, like you spend $40, you can go over there. If they spend $38.50,
well, that's what I'm judging it based on amount of drinks, not the amount of money.
percentage. Okay.
Yeah. So like, I mean, it could be because let's just, I mean, or you could just maybe make like a separate bar list of like you buy 2 of these
And
that
you go
gets
over
you
there.
entry.
Okay, that makes sense. That's what I'm saying. That's a specific thing where you have to exactly
Sure, I
say
understand what
it
you're saying
is.
because then somebody could just get like $3 shots and then $2, $3, $6
And then
they
and
get in.
you know that eventually that will become the thing.
Right.
Like the thing where it's like, shh, you know, if you order 2
Right,
$3
right,
shots,
right.
you
Yeah.
get
So
a
you're-
drink.
you're right.
And
Yeah,
then,
you gotta
and
cover
then
your
they will
bases.
abuse it when it's like the
That's
best
exactly what I'm talking
motherfucking
about.
show and it's the best. Yeah.
Systems
then-
are in place to
So
try and
then-
avoid all of the
Right, so
all
we-
that. And as somebody who spends most of their time like, what can I get away with?
Right, so that
That's
is you.
which is great.
Yeah.
Which is fucking amazing to have on your like.
Yeah.
In your,
I'm
on
the
your
guy where it's
team.
like,
Yeah.
let me see the rules. Let me see what I can get around.
But we
here.
just covered that gap right now, just coming up with a separate menu for
Yeah, exactly. And
for
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
genius.
I feel like I should start my own business of just like, you know how they had that
You
show.
can be a consultant any day.
that
Yeah.
should be something.
I
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
because
You should
it-
find all the loopholes.
all the loopholes. Remember that
The
show?
loophole consultant.
I forget exactly what it was called, but it was It was literally hiring a ex-burglar to break into your home and show you where all the weak
All the
points
weak
are.
points.
I'm like, that's me.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, it's like when
showing-
they hire hackers to
Yeah.
like break into their
That's a
firewall.
white
Or
hat-
like
white
when
hats.
Yeah.
or I watched The Wire
Yeah.
season 1, Chicago. You know, with all that drug shit. The good
Drug shit.
the good cops always would hire. There's very few good cops, first of all.
Agreed.
But those 2 that existed, they would go to the fucking crackheads and be like, we need you on our team
Yeah,
because you know
help us
everybody.
out.
They go and buy the crackhead's crack heroin,
Right.
get him out of jail when he get caught.
yeah.
And
That's
so-
all about
Yeah, the
it.
informant.
and it's like, and those were the ones that
Right.
had the best, better than the ones who had informants that were selling the drugs. Were the ones that had the informants using the drugs,
I feel
because
like
the
there needs to
users
be-
were the loophole finders.
Right,
They
right.
were the ones that are like, I know where so and so.
I really want
stash. Yeah.
a good movie where it's about literally that. It's literally
That would be awesome.
you have to understand the white hats.
It'll be
that
called
work.
the loopholer.
Yeah. Loophole in the cornhole. Yeah. No, something like that, because that's always the fun gig. It's
A
like,
finger in your loophole.
the
it-
Lorne hole.
and the whole thing is literally just someone with experience doing something that you're trying to prevent, basically. Is
It's
someone that
like
works with you.
Dexter.
Kinda.
Sure, yeah.
He's a
I never
serial killer
watched that show, but I know what it's
kills
about.
other serial killers.
And I know a lot of
He
people
kills
love it.
people who get off, who have good lawyers. Yeah, it's basically. But he's
Damn.
he's a better detective than most of the detectives.
But he's also a murderer.
Right.
Because
So
Yeah,
he's
it's
CSI.
fucking crazy.
CSI, at least CSI in the
He's
context
forensics,
of that,
yeah.
is someone that can see.
you watched the show, right?
Yeah, I watched it
It sounds
until I
fucking
basically it started
twisted.
going off the walls. The last
Yeah, I
season
got a
I
little
saw
bonkers.
was Trinity, I think.
Good point to stop.
Trinity was awesome, and then for
Yeah.
whatever reason, might have went to jail. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah.
No, I actually there was certain shows where I was like, oh fuck, like it's gotten so much further since I went to jail.
Yeah.
I just haven't got like Modern Family, for instance, 10 years, bro.
I can't. That show was pretty good at first,
And then I was watching it and then I'm like, I can't catch up.
Yeah.
Which nowadays is actually
Speaking
pretty
of-
practical. You could definitely catch up on.
I will
that.
say actually the one with Julia Stiles, that season was pretty good.
Oh wait, no, I saw. Is that after Trinity?
Yeah,
I saw that one too.
that was a pretty good season.
I like
what was it?
Julia Stiles.
What was the one after Julia Stiles? I didn't see the one where the surprise motherfucker. Some fries motherfucker.
That's an early season. That's like season. That's like season 2. Yeah, it is.
No, it is
Yes,
not.
dude, that dude dies way early on.
Is it?
Yes.
You guys, I'm gonna go fan my ass for a second, and then I will be right back.
Why did you?
Hold on. I'm literally putting a note to cut that out and make that a sound drop now. It is now a sound drop. It is now a sound drop. You guys, this is
That
ridiculous
was
right now.
the best.
This is why we love you. Love you. Do you want to put this in your cooch?
If you were so greedy, maybe I
What?
could.
This is not greedy. I bought this for myself.
Guys, I'm gonna go fan my ass.
I love that.
Now I'm starting to realize why kilts are a trend these days.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Are you
I think
kidding
I should
me?
get that.
Yeah. How
I
did
think
you not figure that?
I might get a
the
kilt. You
minute-
know what? I'm putting that on my list too. It's get that as a sound drop and buy a kilt. That's exactly what I'm
Okay,
doing.
there we go.
See, I'm literally trying to figure out where this is.
Oh yeah, this.
Oh, perfect.
Almost a perfect hour.
Okay.
All right, I'll search around here.
Okay, so surprise motherfucker was like season 2.
I think it was.
Dude, bro,
All right.
trust me.
You know what? You might be right.
Trust me.
You might be right. All right.
Fucking
Either way.
because fucking Dokes dies in season 2.
All right. In that case, then don't. I was like, yeah, just don't put your thing on your arms on the board. What is the season after Julia Stiles?
I'm sure
I
we
think
can
that's-
pull this up, you guys.
That's when like it's this
We don't have
whole
the internet.
it's this whole thing where it's this whole thing where he's like raising the kid by himself and like
Yeah, that was. I didn't see any of that then.
and like he's having this weird battle between like you know whether he wants to be a dad or a murderer and it's very fucking it's very lifetimey.
That
and
sounds
then,
like a hard decision to
and
make.
then
Absolutely.
and then there's then the final season it gets real weird and like oh you know what that's the season after that is when RoboCop was in it. The season after
Oh,
Julia
didn't see-
Stiles.
didn't see
the
that.
guy that plays RoboCop.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
It's when what's his name? The young fucking new haircut guy. What's his name?
I don't know.
The young detective.
he has a
don't remember.
a
It's been a
Boston
long time.
accent.
Yeah. And he's like, this is my new haircut.
Oh,
that guy?
you got Boston out of that.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't remember who that is. It's I kid you not. I haven't seen it more than once.
Anyway,
and
whatever.
when it
So
aired,
that
it
dude
was the last time
hires
I
like
saw
a
it.
private investigator, which is the guy that plays RoboCop.
Yeah.
They close in on him, and then like everyone thinks he's harassing Dexter, and then he had.
Oh, we're still talking about Dexter?
Yeah.
Oh.
But then okay,
And fanning your coochie.
and then
That's my butt cheeks for you guys.
Yeah, it's not my cooch, it's my
dress,
butt cheek.
It was stuck to my ass and legs. It was so
I
hot.
get,
back
I
there.
get it.
fucking Jesse's like fan it girl.
Yeah.
Thank
Get
you,
it.
Jesse. Shout out to Jesse.
Maybe I'll buy more Coochie fans or something.
We need
blowing
a.
up.
Yeah, I need one right here. So when I wear my kilt, like it just goes right into my fucking tank.
Word.
Same.
I need to figure out like a better like. I don't understand why they make air conditioners this big that suck ass. Look how big that thing is.
Yeah, it should be blowing ass, not sucking ass.
Yeah, either way.
That was great, actually.
Right? Exactly.
Thank you. Thanks.
Exactly. All
That
right.
could be a commercial. Like,
Ryan, you should be in commercials.
your fan should be.
I should be a
blowing
comedian.
ass,
You should be a
not
comedian. You're
sucking
hilarious.
ass. It's just like
Exactly.
the most.
All right, it's already been an hour. You think we should get into some stories?
Nah.
Or?
We
Fuck
probably should.
Nah,
Yeah?
fuck them.
Yeah, because I have errands to run
Yes,
later.
we all
a
have
little
to
bit.
do
You know, I have to
stuff.
do
Yeah.
some things.
So let's.
She's got to buy a new fan.
I
Gotta
gotta
buy a new
get a-
ass fans.
I gotta get a fan that blows.
I may have some news for you. Go ahead.
Entertainment news, everybody.
This
right
just
there.
broke out.
That is a scientific fact, huh? I'm not gonna get to this story. I have a question for you. News story that'll make you guys a little bit tingly in the fans. Okay, we need to move on from that. I need to get away from that real quick. I read somewhere that their periods attract bears.
All right. So, literally, I think I told this to Ryan off air, but I was like, I have not been to the movies in a long time prior to yesterday. So most of these things I haven't seen. So I really want to see Lion King, Once Upon a Time in
Me too.
Hollywood, Toy Story, Aladdin, Crawl.
Oh, I
all-
saw Toy Story.
You really want to
did?
see Crawl? I can kind of give a shit about
well, here's
Crawl.
the thing.
I don't want to see Crawl.
Before it came out, I was like, that looks weird, but all right. Everyone that's seen Crawl says it's a good time. It's not the most serious of stories, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's a good time. Also, what is a good or not very dramatic and good story, but good time is what I saw yesterday. Fast and Furious presents.
So you didn't go to the movies.
Hobbs and, I just said that.
Oh.
Hobbs and Shaw. This is the only thing I've seen on this list besides Spider-Man until
How is this the only thing you've seen?
until number 14, which is Avengers Endgame. Literally. Like,
Garrett chooses his movies wisely. So only the the
Best and worst.
the most prestigious, fucking Oscar-worthy performances.
yes. No.
Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw.
I heard so much good shit about this movie, and I was not let down.
It was good.
Really?
It was a good one.
If
You liked it.
If you go into this and you understand that you're going in for a
A Fast and Furious
no,
ride.
actually, yeah, this is the way that it's very much doesn't feel like a Fast and Furious movie, but think of it like a sci-fi action comedy.
No way. What's sci-fi about it?
The cars flying.
No, well, that, but also
What, in fucking space?
Idris Elba plays basically
Just because they're scientific doesn't mean they're fantasy.
it's sci-fi, science fiction. This guy is a technologically advanced superhuman.
So he's Black
Who?
Superman.
He's Black Superman.
Who?
Idris Elba.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
You gonna fan your ass again?
She's like, I gotta,
Sorry.
not the ass, the coochie's wet now. The coochie's wet. We got-
now the other one. So he's in this movie.
Idris Elba's in this movie, and he plays a
I'm listening.
evil, cybernetically enhanced human who basically.
Oh, well, that's
is-
not mentioned in the trailer.
He's like the
Yeah,
Black
it is.
Stark.
He's
Tony
Black
Stark.
Superman.
Well, I just
Black
thought that was a
Superman.
stupid fucking line over and over
He's
and over.
yeah.
kryptonite.
I think that's what
that
it was.
didn't make me think that he was indestructible.
I will say this: the trailers were not doing a great service to
I'm
the
gonna
movie.
watch it.
However, they do not give away a lot of the plot. In all honesty,
What plot?
there's actually and then there's a bunch of cameos that I was like, oh, I didn't see that come in. Cameos longer than just one scene though. So
Okay.
essentially, I don't know what's the difference between a cameo and someone you didn't expect to be in the cast and also wasn't announced as a cast. Like how does it do you
I
differentiate?
think
that?
that's a cameo.
Is that a cameo? As long as
Yeah,
you don't-
I think so too.
surprise cast members is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So these people actually have effect on the story, but they were not marketed and they're not listed in IMDb.
Cameo.
Because more than likely, it was just something that was just so far after the marketing and PR and all this shit.
I
I
mean, like,
disagree. I think they were trying to hide it, but it was hilarious when both. There was like 3 or 4, but like 2 of them, I was like, I didn't expect that, and I love it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
does Paul
okay.
Walker come back?
That's fucked up. Fine.
I will say this:
Have some respect.
none
okay?
of the quote unquote family of the Fast and Furious showed up in this. Which if
Oh, well, then it
this
doesn't
wasn't
matter.
this wasn't a story, but
Then who the fuck should just random?
Tyrese and Vin Diesel are pissed.
Britney Spears shows up.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't expect her.
Boom.
She's like, I'm back, bitch.
it's Britney.
Britney.
Bitch.
Bitches.
Bitches. No, like there's.
She's like, I'm white Superman.
White. Oh god, that's the Supergirl.
Whatever.
That would have been amazing.
Right.
Call us Hollywood.
I know.
All
Weird
right, sorry, I
geniuses.
keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I'm burping. But yeah, either way, it's a really fun thing. If you go watch it and suspend your disbelief, as long as you go in knowing that, you have a great time.
That's
Well,
awesome.
I just went to Universal again, and I watched that Fast and Furious fucking thing on the
That
tram
was
ride.
horrible.
And it just
that
Driver, move that vehicle.
That is one of my most favorite rides to get on. The
Tram ride?
club scene when everybody
God.
eats the same people over and over at every
Yeah.
screen is like my favorite.
Yeah.
That part.
It's
and I
the
know
worst.
They're wearing like the glittery like
Everything
early
was what you could tell was one take.
It's
Yeah.
like early 2000s sequins tube top with the
Yeah.
little mini skirt and it's
Dude,
the same
and-
girl and everyone. I'm like, you wait,
Yeah.
wait, this is all the same people.
Everyone now switch your tops.
Yeah.
Switch your tops.
and then Vin Diesel trying to read that fucking cue card at
Yeah.
the end is like, dude, it's
like you as a family now. You guys
you're
ride.
a part of the family and help us fight the syndicate.
I love it. I think it's
You're the real
OG.
ones.
The
Fucking Jesus, dude! Like,
love it.
That guy got a career without knowing how to fucking read on a second grade level.
Don't know how he does it.
He's a G.
Speaking of, this kind of leads into the
And
first
by the
story.
way, I am Groot and fucking Iron Giant. Like, I am Superman, or like the fucking.
he gets
The
paid
dude,
off
the dude has gotten the best career. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, man. I'm like, if I never had to memorize lines, I'd be a
That's-
fucking genius.
That's a
That's
testament
awesome.
to the agent. And first and foremost,
yeah, for sure.
he's like, I got you a sweet gig. You say 3 words, just different.
Hell yeah. I feel like you're on that caliber of people, though. Those are the loophole people. Those are the ones that
Retards.
I was thinking that.
No,
was
that's
like,
not
Ryan, shut the fuck up. I know you're coming. I can feel it. I was like,
Ryan.
oh shit,
Ryan
Ryan's
doesn't
Ryan's
mean it in a derogatory way, you guys.
I
He
feel like you're on
means
that caliber. I'm
like
like,
a
Ryan, shut the
joke.
fuck up. Let her finish her
It's a
sentence.
joke. It's a joke, you guys. It's not for real. It's a
No,
joke.
but I get what you're saying though. Where it's like, yeah, it's a loopholer, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not hating. I'm saying that that's fucking genius, and I wish I had that job. I wish I had
No,
that
but
job
the
where I
fact
could
that
wake
some
up.
people-
Yeah, but I'm here hating.
No,
though.
I know,
no.
yeah.
But I feel like these people have the simplicity of like knowing, like, this is a market. You know, like no one knows yet, but I do. It's like, what don't we have yet?
I'm the
A tree
master.
that says
You're
3
right.
things.
They are
The
simple people. You're very right.
Yes, I agree.
Don't quote me, you guys.
Boy, I ain't said shit.
She said it. I didn't say it.
But that Fast and Furious was number 1. Lion King number 2. 3 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I want to see that next.
I want to
probably.
see that
I
so bad.
just watched
Spider-Man, Toy Story.
the
Top 5.
I just watched the Hateful Eight yesterday.
Oh,
Damn,
Is
I
that on
always
Netflix?
fucking can't
It's
stay
on
up.
Net- it's
I can't
on
stay
Net-
awake.
Check this shit out.
It's good though, huh?
Check this out. What they did to it.
all right. Keep talking. I'm gonna get a drink.
They separated it.
Yes.
Oh, that's genius because I never finish it.
Yes. So it's
Yeah,
very,
it's
it's very
fucking
long.
long. It's
so
over 3 hours.
So they put an extended version on Netflix.
But they cut it into
and
2
they
pieces
they,
or 3?
They cut it into 5.
Hell yeah. I'm going to do that.
5 episodes,
Netflix, you're a genius.
and they're like 40 minutes long each.
I love you, Netflix.
Yeah.
That's great to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna finally
So, like-
finish watching.
Right. So when I finally
Boy.
when I finally started, well, I fell asleep watching it. So I actually need to watch the ending.
Always do that every time.
So actually, yeah. So when I started watching it, I was like, it ended, and I was like, what the fuck? And then it was like episode 2 starting. And I was like, but I realized it's because the movie is actually broken into chapters.
Yeah,
So-
all of Tarantino
movies,
are
yeah, broken into chapters. Yeah. So they've broken it into
yes,
episodes.
that's amazing. So not only they should have done that from the jump. Now that you're mentioning
Right,
it.
for sure.
But awesome. Hats off to Netflix for
Yeah.
fucking figuring.
So
like,
now
you know
it's-
what? We're
so-
noticing that people are like,
But it's the
not watching.
so you can watch the theatrical version, but they also have the extended,
extended
version
version.
that's broken into
probably
episodes.
like 4 fucking hours
And
long.
it probably exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I know it's a good movie. I'm entertained. But 2 hours in, my body and my mind is physically
Yes,
incapable
I know.
of just
I'm with you.
hanging out.
I'm with you,
watching
especially
this,
at home.
being
When you're at
engaged.
home, like in a movie theater, it's different. But like
Home, it's always home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you're at home, it's like it's really hard for me to get through movies.
Friends.
No, Humpcast. I saved him. I saved him. It's okay. I can.
What'd you bring out of here? What?
I know what the fuck, bro. I'm gonna steal.
this?
I'm gonna steal one of your ices.
Take.
Oh, Garrett, you should have got me one too.
Okay.
A baby one.
I'm
Just
still-
give me a little bit.
I'm still one of your ISIS.
Oh, you made yours with things, huh?
What?
Can't
no,
get it.
actually.
I can't get it. Here, you grab it
What
with
are you
your
doing?
fingers. Grab
How
a piece of
about I
You
ice.
think
give
my
you ice.
fingers
Keep
are
talking.
cleaner than
I'll
yours?
Well, what do you think of just pouring yourself a drink and showing up how frosty that looks right
I
now?
didn't know how much drink you guys had left.
I'm
I'm still on number 1. I know you guys are on
I
number
know
6.
I like to build my antibodies, so I don't ask questions.
Thank you. I just needed ice.
I just needed ice too. That's all I needed. And maybe one more monster, you know, just so we can just not sleep till after the OC fair. Send it just like the little soundbite. Dude, I was here when we did the thing with one of the girls, and every time that soundbite,
Yeah.
he would do it all the time, so she could shake her tits all the time. I'm like, can we just?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, is
we-
that a? Are you?
Can we?
Are you disagreeing with
I'm
the?
not saying there's anything wrong with jiggly titties. I'm just saying, like, come on, you
Yeah.
guys.
How do you think I feel as a taken man? sitting here with staring at jiggly titties every fucking 5 seconds.
Oh shit! You know what? Yeah, that needs to stop, you guys.
Shout out Danny Inks. That was 100%.
She was cool. I'm
No,
just saying. But I
this
feel
is my
you.
request.
No,
you were
I
there when she
understand.
was here. She's like, oh, just keep hitting it. I'm like, okay.
She did.
I
I
know.
was here. And
I know.
It was cute. Like,
She did it
the
again the
first
last
3
time she was here.
And then after, I was like, stop hitting it.
I'm with you.
It's funny.
It's not. It's funny for the first 2 times.
It's
No, I don't mean the
funny.
soundbite. I just mean to stop.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ice is so much better.
Yes, it is.
Oh, what'd you do?
You were bitching about like sugar, so I put a 0 sugar soda in there.
You put tequila in here too?
Yeah.
I knew it.
It's tequila, 0 sugar.
I don't think I'm supposed to drink tequila because it's made of agave. But I'm going to the fair tomorrow, right? So technically,
You're fine.
I'm fine. I'm
Yeah,
good.
you're fine. Just eat your fried butter. You're good.
Oof.
Then I'll detox for sure.
Exactly.
All right.
All right, coming up this week, scary movies, scary stories. Just kidding. Scary stories.
Scary movies.
Scariest
movie.
ones.
Scary stories to tell in the dark. What did you say?
I said scariest ones.
Scary.
I don't know why that was so funny. Just so fucking.
You're laughing at me?
I'm laughing at him.
Oh, him.
You know, coming out this week, scary movie.
Scary movies.
Your voices are crazy.
Scary stories
Wait,
to tell in
before the
dark.
scary stories, how do you guys feel about Dora? I know we've all seen the Dora
Dude.
that's really hot.
I was about to talk about this.
And
Go ahead.
what the fuck is this?
Right?
Wait.
I want the other Dora,
Wait, what Dora? That's
the
really
hot Dora.
There's
No.
What are you talking about? The porno?
Ariel,
Dora?
Ariel Winter?
Yes.
Wait, what?
What do you? Well, there's a porno Dora.
Googling.
No. She's hot. Look up, just put hot Dora the Explorer.
Is it an actual porn?
No,
There's
it's
a
not a
porn.
porn. I didn't watch the
Oh,
porn.
I
thought you were
watched
saying-
the porn.
Okay, now
I
we need to-
didn't. Who'd she
Oh.
fuck? Boots? Diego.
Diego.
Diego, of
cousin.
course.
That's her cousin, bro. That's so weird.
Come
No,
on.
hello.
Oh, there's a lot of cousin fuckers on Pornhub these
There's
days. What do you-
tons of cousin fuckers. Dora. No, but
Oh
don't-
my God, are you serious
I'm
right
gonna
now?
find her first.
Boop,
Oh my
boop,
God,
boop,
Dora.
Oh, there it is.
Hot one.
Found it.
No, that's not the one I'm talking
But that's
about.
not the one I'm talking about
The other
either.
one is hotter.
It's the Wood Rocket one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
the
didn't know there was
one.
Hey guys, I'm Jules.
Hi.
Jules.
No, it's not
Jules
fucking
the Explorer.
Jules, man.
Because copyright?
Is this gorgeous
You guys like
one?
to come with me?
Oh my God,
Did you
dude.
hear me? Today I'm going on an adventure. Would you guys like to come with me?
Oh, she's
Sure.
sweet too. I like Jules. Oh.
There's a map. This is awesome. Well, I want to get
This
to
is
this.
not the. Come on.
No, we need to get to the actual.
No, we
map.
don't. Stop it.
Watch. She have a little star and moon tattoo on her butt cheek.
Oh, how cute. All right. Which Dora the Explorer are
I'm
you
talking about the Wood
Ah,
Rocket one. There's a
okay.
Wood Rocket. Fucking the ones that do the fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and
Wood Rocket Dora the
I'm pretty sure.
God, did they take her pictures off the internet? Oh, you know what? Maybe the one I was thinking of
This
was
one?
just
I think
people
that's
on
the one.
Instagram.
That's the one.
Dude.
No.
Oh, that's the Adult Swim.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna. It's made of.
Cookies or
what?
chata.
I don't think this is a.
Maybe it wasn't a thing. Maybe I'm making it up in my head.
No,
I feel like
we
you are.
fantasized about it. You think?
Ryan had a sex dream about
Mine,
Dora
the
Explorer.
one I found was something like this. Was like
I have
hot.
never seen that.
But let me refine my search because it wasn't
in
her.
all honesty,
but it was
I've
like
actually-
this. Look at this Dora. This Dora. It's not looking like that.
Okay,
Dora.
I
okay.
see that.
Let me.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna be on the same page here, but we're
No,
not.
Apparently, people like to make Dora the Explorer sexual.
Okay,
And so that's a lot
but
of things going on.
I'm gonna go out and say that this one is kind of that.
Okay.
So like so I was like when I saw this trailer I was like,
You
what
think
the fuck
she's
is
like
this?
a hot lady
I
Dora?
mean, she's cute. It's a very fucking creepy guy fantasy, right? Like,
Yeah, well, like
It's a
they
tiny
like
Mexican girl.
ponies. They
Right.
like let them.
and she's like a teenage Dora with like, you know what I mean?
a young adult.
and she's got like I mean, her midriff is showing, and she's got these nice fucking thighs,
she
and
has
like,
titties.
Ooh, dang.
and it's
Alright.
weird, dude.
Right.
Like,
That's weird.
She's not this Dora. Let's just say.
right,
No, that's weird. What the
Right.
fuck is that?
right.
That's weird. How? Okay. Yeah. That's so.
So my point was, I'm like, why couldn't we make this a kids movie with like making her a kid? What the fuck is that?
Why could she be her
a tiny doll. That's weird.
with this cute hairstyle? I don't know if you guys can see.
Have
but
you not
it's
seen her?
adorbs.
And they actually had to CG her boobs smaller for the poster.
Shut up.
Yes.
Really?
They were too sexy.
What's her name? Elizabeth Monet. Or
Yeah. So
something?
look at
Isabella
look at the
Monet.
posters. Watch. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up.
I'm going. These.
Yes. You
That actually makes sense.
Look
Those
how
are
flat chested they made her.
That is CG flattening.
Yes.
Flattening. Because what's her face? I'm trying to figure it out real quick. Call in search Google. She was in a bunch of different movies.
But
She
she's
is 18.
She's okay. That makes everything great for me. Makes
I'm not
everything.
saying shit.
That makes
So at least-
everything.
So now we can.
But look at that Dora picture right there.
Yeah, her boobs are big.
Look at.
She has boobs.
And then
And like, come on, dude. Like, I watched the trailer for the first time, and I was like,
Not saying shit.
why?
No saying shit.
Why?
let's go into the
turned
next
18 in July.
topic.
Everything you've seen her in is she's under 18.
Okay, come on. I mean, what are we gonna pretend like
Boobs don't
like
exist.
boobs don't exist?
Nah, I know what you're doing. I'm kidding. I'm obviously. Yes, that's. I mean, you cast someone who fits the role, and then they start maturing. And you're
Right.
like, let's maybe CGI her boobs down because she's supposed to be playing like a 12. I don't know,
No,
12,
she's
like 14-year-old.
she's teenage in this.
Okay.
in this
No,
movie.
we're
but
getting
she's not
late.
18.
I'm looking things
No.
up. We're getting crazy with the Doras.
That's like
It's like
Lara Croft.
Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Right.
Yeah. So that's coming out.
I mean, it's very sexualized. Like, I if you watch the trailer, like, there's a lot
Okay,
of
so,
like,
so going back, there was I believe a SNL skit or something like that with Ariel Winter, who plays this girl in Modern Family, the dorky one.
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
The one with the big ass
She
titties
has
and ass.
huge boobs.
Yeah.
though.
yeah.
And I followed her on Instagram a while ago, but she's just kind of like, whatever. I unfollowed her since then. But she's very much, she wants to be like a Kardashian
Oh
in real
shit!
life.
No way.
And so she's always posting shit like that.
I
I'm like,
wanna-
Really?
it's
I
so
wanna
weird
look
to see
her
her
shit
character
now.
on Modern Family, then watch this,
Be-
and then
be
see her as Dora.
Be the
I'm
nerdy.
like, yeah.
Wait, well, hold on. So the nerdy daughter in
Modern
this
Family.
one thing is the same girl.
Bring
that's-
it up.
This one?
Yep.
No, it isn't.
No, this
They
is
did.
different.
He said they did a
She-
sketch.
A sketch. So I'll show
Oh,
you.
gotcha.
Ariel Winter.
Oh my god.
This chick.
I mean, she's beautiful.
What's that? I always love that line in Community. You in the boobs.
That's not even that much boobs, you guys.
No, that's just one picture. I'm saying. Look, this is what I'm talking about. This is her in the sketch as Dora, and then go to like her Instagram, and it's like all bikini pictures.
I need to do some investigative reporting.
Me too. I gotta do some R&D when I get
And
back.
I believe I'm not 100. I believe I heard that she
She
got
is so
breast
cute.
reduction.
She did.
She had bigger
this
boobs.
I actually did read on. She's a cutie little sweet peach. I don't understand what you guys are
It's
talking
like
about.
slapping God in the face.
She's
Right?
beautiful.
No,
I think
like-
Isn't that what he says in Superbad?
Yeah, it's like slapping on it because she had a breast reduction. She's like, she had back problems, man.
She did. And she was so young. Oh, she's so beautiful.
Yeah, now she's in her 20s. I want to say,
I like her.
but there was a thing with like I think as soon
Someone
as soon
posted-
as she turned 18.
Someone
She
posted
had a
this
breast
thing
reduction.
of like fantasy casting, and it was like Willem Dafoe as the Joker, Christina Hendricks as Poison
Yes,
Ivy.
I was
and
right
I was
there
like,
with
100,000 million motherfucking percent. Yes.
Yes.
Like yes, and yes.
oh my heart.
But also, I'm not gonna cap on fucking Uma Thurman.
No, I loved Uma Thurman.
She was a
when it-
beautiful
yeah.
fucking Poison Ivy.
Sure.
She was.
No, I'm sorry.
You said
I'm
it
not,
a little bit.
I-
God.
I'm a little distracted here.
This okay. Let's talk about Ariel.
Ariel Winter. Oh, the actual.
No, actual Ariel.
What, the black
it's been a
one?
while.
No, the one that was the redhead back in the
Oh,
day.
this one.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
I don't really know.
No, because she reminded
All
me
right,
of Ariel.
moving on.
Ariel Winter did an
Moving
Ariel
on
thing.
now.
Cool. All right. So Dora is coming out. You should check that out, I guess, if you're weird.
Don't watch it. guys.
If you're weird.
Don't support pedophilia.
It really is a very like perverted. It's fucking weird, man. Because when I saw the trailer, I was like, that's
It's so
not-
weird.
It is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So when you're a kid, I'm like, you could see them like that looks fun. As an adult, I'm like, well, that's awkward.
Yeah.
What's going
yeah.
on here? They should have a
Like I shouldn't be attracted to the.
Yeah, but there should be like an old cougar lady targeted version of like the Steve Blue's Clues, like where
Oh, no.
he does
I get
like
you.
a
I get exactly
buff-
what you're saying.
like a buff new man.
This is actually
Get him
not
with his little dog. People love dogs.
They do that
Dogs
all the
are
time.
in.
I don't know what you're saying.
No, I know what you're talking about. And so basically, they've had shit where
What
there's
I'm
like
saying, right,
younger.
is that there
men.
should be a
What- okay,
Dora
but-
the Explorer remake version targeted instead of targeted at weird creepy men, targeted at weird creepy women. That was the Blue's Clues guy.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes,
I see
she wants to make a
And
hot
it's-
Steve.
Yes, like a hot Steve.
What I'm sure
and
that
you
they-
get that guy
I'm
from
sh-
Game of Thrones, the
I'm
one who
sure-
dies,
I'm
the dragon one. He is a new Steve.
Dude, by the way, speaking of those face swaps that we were talking about,
Oh, the deep fakes.
I saw one where they swapped the faces of Drago.
And Khaleesi.
Oh, in that butt fucking scene, and I was like, oh my god, this is so horrible.
That's weird. That's okay. That's a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot to take in.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what she said.
Going. Hey.
Ooh,
That's what he
your
said.
Soundbite.
Oh.
Oh, that is. Oh. In that case, I guess.
Khaleesi got that dragon dick.
Okay, let's talk about Venom.
We can talk about Venom. No, I was gonna say to her point, they've been sexualizing younger men a lot. Like think of as recently as Twilight. Edward was an older vampire, but he was playing a 17-year-old.
No, but the werewolf.
the werewolf
everyone
fucker
wanted
was
to
like
fuck the
16.
werewolf.
Well, same thing with fucking Zac Efron.
And Zac Efron, exactly. High
Wait,
School
but
Musical,
are
all
we
this shit.
forgetting that the werewolf that everyone wanted to fuck also wanted to fuck a newborn
And
baby?
he's sitting right here.
That is not what that was. I read the books in jail. He imprinted. He didn't want to have sex with her.
He
It's not how it
wanted
works.
to fuck the
Take it
baby.
easy.
Not how it works.
Take it easy.
Not how it works.
Team. What is it?
Team
Jacob.
Edward.
Jacob.
Team Jacob.
That's what's up. All right, we're talking about Venom.
She doesn't even want to hide. She looked at your high five like you just fucking rubbed your asshole with it.
I need to fan my asshole. That's what it is.
That's right. Don't be high fiving unless you fan your asshole.
Unless you fan your asshole. You ain't high fiving right now. All right,
Better.
moving on. We got Andy Serkis actually finally verified to be the director of Venom 2. Everybody.
Really?
Yeah, so this is really cool.
What do we?
for,
How do we feel about this?
I really like it.
Who's the director?
Andy Serkis.
Welcome back.
What are we talking about? You guys, I need to fan my asshole
You said
again.
Andy Milanakis?
Andy. Well, he has peas on his his peas on his head, but don't call him a pea head. He's got Bruce Lee's on his head. Don't call him a Lee head.
Okay, you guys,
fuck.
come on.
Yeah, excuse me. Andy He has to get his tree fed.
Andy.
Milanakis. No, Andy Serkis, who has been directing other stuff. Like, he just did Mowgli. He's doing second unit directing on a lot of other stuff, especially on The Hobbit and stuff like that. He's known for
Oh.
being Gollum. He's been doing a great job, I think, in the entertainment business as an actor and motion
When you
capture
say
artist.
he's known for being Gollum, like he played those two
played
characters.
Gollum.
So he was like Gollum
He
and
was the
Smeagol?
mocap
Yes.
guy. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was. So when
Ron
you see
Chas-
he's
like Defoe, but except he's not Jason
Defoe?
Defoe.
Defoe?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this man.
Willem
He looks
Dafoe.
like a
We
lot,
have
very
Willem
like
Dafoe
demonic.
and Willem Defriend.
It's Defoe.
Okay.
Okay.
I see your point.
That's cool.
And that's why I kind of I don't know why the fuck it took me this long to realize it, but in Black Panther,
Yeah.
there's a moment
Yeah.
where Smeagol,
Smegel.
am I saying it wrong? Smeagol,
It's Smeagol. Yeah.
Smeagol.
Smeagol, and
Smeagol.
and the Hobbit are in it.
Yes.
Are in the same.
Tell me about this moment because I read all the books. And this is the one series other than Harry
And
Potter that I read all of the books.
Well,
series
in
to.
Black Panther, there's a
Yes.
moment where the two actors are in the,
Yes,
in the
exactly.
same room
Martin
together.
Freeman and
And then
Andy
I'm like,
Serkis
hey,
are the same
that's a thing.
Gollum and the
Ah.
Hobbit. They were
Yeah,
in
that's the
same room.
Hobbit,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. Okay, so
Very cool. So he's going to be the director for Venom 2, and I'm very
and
excited.
Okay, wait.
Just question: Who
Yes.
was the first director? Who was the director of the first Venom?
That's a great question.
And to be honest, I never watched the first Venom.
Oh, really?
Never.
I agree with
like
Ryan.
comics, so I like these comics.
It was-
I just never watched the movie.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was a movie.
Oh, I just discovered a comic book store. They have $1 comics, and they're not shitty.
Nice. Where is it?
In Pasadena.
I just hey, I got a new Maximum Carnage to add to my collection.
Oh, yeah?
That's dope.
It was this. I wandered into this comic book store in Burbank. I asked the guy if he had any.
Burbank has dope ass comic book stores. I know exactly which one you're talking about. The one that has like shitty glass displays and a bunch of like
No,
that
it's
zombie show.
No.
It's on Magnolia.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
actually.
it is. Maybe I'm just describing it a little bit different.
yeah, like it's called Black Cat Comics.
It's really cool. It's big, but it's like
It's not that big.
Doesn't it look? Oh no, then maybe
No.
it's not the one I'm
No.
talking about. Because there's like several ones there.
It's small.
Oh, okay, no.
And
The one
it's-
I'm talking about is on
okay.
Magnolia too.
It's like biggish little, and it's like
It's a little big. It's a little small.
they have stuff in the window, but
It
there's
has
like
the
kind of blank.
columns, but it
It has
doesn't
comic
have
books.
hallway.
It has comic books.
Comic books,
it's
but
not
also
the one I'm
nothing.
talking about.
Ruben
The one
Fleischer
I'm
was the guy
throwing is
that
bigger.
did the first one. He also did Zombieland and Gangster
Gangster
Squad.
All movies.
Gangster
I
Squad was
don't-
pretty sick. I'm not like that was kind of an
never
underrated
saw it.
movie.
Never saw it, but Zombieland Double Tap, I'm super excited about.
Zombieland was dope too.
He's only EP on that one though. He didn't direct it, but
That's
he
so cool.
did do Venom, is what I'm saying. And like Ryan said, it was a movie. I enjoyed an amount of it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a great. It was like it kind of goes right into it. It doesn't. What's the word? Doesn't drag too much.
Doesn't drag, but it's also some weird choices, but some fun choices. At the same time.
Turd in the wind.
But it actually makes more sense
That's gross,
if you
you
think
guys.
about it, but you have to think about it too much that you don't want to have to think about
Right.
it. It's like this guy is a very awkward alien that doesn't understand human speech as much,
Sure.
but also you have to really stretch your imagination.
Okay,
to
but
be like,
what
"It's
does
weird."
this say about the MCU though? Is this anything?
This is Sony.
God damn it though! But that's what I'm saying.
So here's what it is. We have no answers. We don't even know if Venom exists in the same world
Well,
as
Venom.
that.
I mean, so Venom. So that means we're having a sequel. We're gonna do. There's gonna be a Carnage.
Maybe, probably.
With
That's
the
what they set up.
Carnage was at the end.
I know.
What the fuck are they-
There's plenty of movies where they set up shit and that doesn't happen.
Wait, can you guys say cheese? I'm gonna take a sip.
Absolutely, we can do that.
Oh wait, I turned it off.
Oh, well, that-
I love that.
It's counterintuitive.
Next
I know.
time, next one. Here.
Wait.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh no.
Perfect. You did an amazing job. I think you did great. Good job.
You look cute, you guys.
My final story is we are finally getting our childhood Batman on live screen, you guys. The CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover will bring Batman the Animated Series voice actor Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne. He is vengeance. He is the knight. He is the fucking
Let's hear it.
Batman.
Let's hear it.
Night. I am Batman.
He is Batman.
But he probably doesn't sound the same anymore.
No,
Yes, he
he's been
does.
doing. He
No
does.
way he
He's-
does.
he's been doing a lot of stuff as Batman.
That's
He also
fucking rad.
he also did
The
Batman,
video game.
Video games. He does. He did Batman Beyond. when
You
that
guys
was a thing.
didn't watch any of the competitions? Like, so right now, the
Which
one that's
ones?
on the
Oh,
stupid
video- you watch
nerdy
video
Korean
game.
kids fucking playing each other.
Koreans!
These motherfucking Koreans, they're so good at it. And I'm like, you guys are getting this much money doing this. Like,
Yes.
I'm in the wrong
You
profession.
see that 13-year-old got like $1 billion?
$3 million.
From Fortnite?
$3 million.
I do that shit all the time. Probably kick his ass.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
I would die
This
so
kid,
fast. I would die
this
so
kid
fast.
kicked a lot of ass.
Are they doing mouse and keyboard on those comps?
It depends on the game, but most of them are all on Xbox, and then
Yeah.
there's a few that are PC games, and then even less than those that are PS4.
Huh.
Yeah, Xbox is the biggest one.
Xbox is better.
Yeah,
I think.
that's like the biggest one for the gaming, like this console thing. I have a PS4, but all these nerds have all the
I have
Xboxes.
both, but this nerd's on fucking on PC.
PC is all of them, so they all know how to play on PC.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
Yeah.
No! I wanted to hear like more voice acting from Kevin Conroy.
Actually, let me
he
find
is
out.
so
I might be
cool.
wrong.
Like especially, you know, would be the best surprise, and he's actually showed up on CW shows, is if Luke Hamill comes in as a Joker.
Mark Hamill.
And also Mark Hamill.
If both came.
Yes.
Aww.
So Mark Hamill, who plays the Joker, would be an amazing surprise guest because he's already been on the shows as the prankster,
Right.
who was also a.
But he also played the prankster.
That's what I'm
back in
saying.
the day,
He also played the prankster in the animated series. So but having him come in as the actual Joker, or just giving an Easter egg of him like in the background, like you see him in an alley, maybe you see his face. He does his Joker voice.
Wait, so
I would nut in my pants.
what's the context?
You
What-
would?
So, are you familiar with the Infinite Crisis storyline?
Nah, not
Nope.
really.
So essentially, what it is in the comic books is a bunch of in the multiverse. You have different universes. You have Kingdom Come universe. You have the regular universe. You have all these ever different different universes that have your heroes in slightly different ways, different actor or different portrayals of them, etc.
Okay.
Crisis on Infinite Earths is actually a giant storyline that
Like I remember Paradox was.
is essentially making it so that heroes from different dimensions have to band together to try and fight something, and in the end, it all gets merged into one, and that was, I believe, Rebirth. It was getting rid of erasing weird like storylines and then making it into one history and a new timeline.
Right.
So it's basically taking like 1,000 different stories that they did. It's their reset button that they use every once in a while.
Yeah.
But Crisis on Infinite Earths was basically so many different like worlds that had to fight, and then eventually it all comes into one and crashes together, and then you have a new timeline.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it leads into Rebirth or it has to do.
So-
I'm one of those people that I love comic books stories. I will kid you not, though. I try and read as much as I can online, though, just to get the more
That's
context and the
For
and
me,
what
though,
the
I
stories
find
are.
it. So what I found and discovered this year, and I think that's why I found all the new comic
Mm-hmm.
book stores, because my daughter she don't love reading. I do. So it's like, can you read something? No. So if I bring it up to her in the form of a graphic novel, yes.
Right.
And even myself, I got some fucking books from Bronin's, from Broman's, and they're graphic novels, but they're like things about like mathematicians or like quantum physics and things like that, but they're graphic novels versions of them. So now what I have to do is buy her a shit ton of comic books so she can keep reading.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's
she
the
does
best.
not want to
that's
read.
The best
It's
way
the
to
best
do it.
for somebody who doesn't want to read these.
I never
fucking
wanted to
things.
read. If I were allowed to, and
right,
now they're like
right.
allowed to read comic books in school and shit.
Without
and
a doubt,
Really?
Yeah.
you can
That's
read a
awesome.
graphic novel. Your tests and your things still have to be on things you read
Yeah, of
with your
course.
class.
The-
But if you're getting them engaged in reading, it's like, well, get this off your shit in 2 weeks, and then you can read all those comics you want to read. So like read,
Yeah.
and they
So-
read it with their class usually. So it's part of school. So it's not even like homework assignment. So they have to do it, and
But
then
like,
you get to read whatever
but for
you
like
want.
silent reading and shit, like
You read whatever you
dude,
want.
We weren't around. We weren't allowed to read comic books.
We
then.
weren't
We weren't.
allowed to read anything we wanted to read.
Right.
It was just like a specific criteria of things.
Yeah.
With them,
Yeah, it did-
they
it
can
did have
read
to-
any fucking thing
Yeah.
they want. Anything.
I remember back in the day when Twilight first came out.
Ew.
Yeah.
That was
Wasn't
when.
allowed?
Huh?
Well, yeah.
No, that was when like I had Miss Gregory. She was a lot of people fucking hated her, but I really liked her.
I liked her too.
I liked her as an English teacher, and she somehow for some reason she had a liking for me for whatever
Was
reason.
she like a book nerd?
Yeah, I mean she was like an old smoker lady, she, like old fucking hag, like bar hag lady,
It was
but
funny.
like
I don't know if this contributed to how much she liked me, but I was in the class with Garrett Lou. Do you remember Garrett Lou?
there. I was in the class
Were
with
you in
you
the
guys.
class?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Was
And-
Garrett Lou like the fun
Garrett Lou was
Asian poppy
hold
or
on,
what?
Hold on,
He
hold
was
on.
the one?
Let me tell you what
There's
Garrett
two
Lou was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Garrett Lou. So there was Garrett Lee and Garrett Lou in the class,
Oh.
but Garrett Lou was Garrett Lee's like arch nemesis.
Yeah.
And Lou was like the good one, and
No.
Lee was
No.
about on the barrel.
No, he
Opposite?
was. I mean, he was
shit.
very much like Garrett,
But he didn't know when to shut the fuck
but he
up.
didn't know when to
That's
shut the
fucked
fuck up.
you guys.
So like, so he was. So he would always challenge the teacher and act like he knew more. Well, which was very like. So she would always kick him out for like fucking doing that. And then when they would read aloud, he'd get like obnoxious and stuff. And then
It sounds like Garrett Lewis or whoever the fuck
Yeah.
Lou boy. He was
Louis.
probably really smart. He was probably like
Yeah,
he was
not-
very smart.
Yeah.
He was probably not challenged.
He was really really smart. But
Intelligence
but
and
he
social
thought-
skills are different things.
But-
saddening that like
but he thought he was smarter than
Teacher.
everyone.
he
everyone.
probably was smarter than his classmates, and then his teacher was
I
just
talked to him.
not.
He wasn't.
Guys, he really was.
He thought he was smarter than the teacher.
Yeah, I made friends with
Because
him.
the teacher
and it
probably
wasn't
made
really-
him feel average.
Well, because
He wasn't.
you have to
You know
have.
what? Shout out to Garrett Lou. I don't know where you are.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
But let's go watch
Anyway, what
Once
happened?
Upon a Time Mexico.
Whatever. Fucking my story doesn't matter anymore.
We're getting
You're not
crazy.
safe here.
Oh, I love his voice. He's a
No
great
one
voice.
will worry about me.
All right, we're done with that.
He looks so much like the faux man.
Well, she
Oh,
gave me she gave me Twilight to read back.
Oh,
Ew,
she gave me Twilight.
that was a subliminal message.
I'll
Like
go.
That was when that she's like.
someone engraved a tiny infant. I am engraving you, young
It's
child.
imprinting.
She
I'm
goes,
imprinting you, engraving.
and she tells me she goes Ryan, I think because I was like into like horror novels and stuff like that. And
Oh.
and so she was like, I think you're really gonna enjoy this. It's like a love story
This
between
is
like
disgusting.
vampires and stuff.
Vampires.
I'm
And-
reporting your
werewolves.
teacher. What was her
And-
name? I am reporting her.
And this was before the movie deal, and I literally
this
tried
was
reading
before
it.
all these sexual assaults. Were
Jesus,
brought
what
up.
are you talking about? Where are you're on a whole other level right now?
She's amazing right now. But no, yeah. So this is before in the movie.
Yeah. So I read like 3 chapters and I gave it back to her, and I was like, I don't like this.
Not my thing. I'm not into it. All right. Well, let's move on. Ryan's stories, and then we'll see what else we can get ourselves.
It's me, bitches! Oh no! Oh no!
Behold the secrets of nature's deepest mystery.
She is literally like launching eggs out of her pussy. The poo-poo, eat the poo-poo guy. So they just like tie up these dudes that fart in their face. Now, maybe cut off his dick. This is gonna blow your fucking mind.
Yo, what's up? This is Ryan D. Freestyle
ready?
here on
You guys wanna go
IG.
drink with me
Rhyme
on
so
September
fat they make you
28th?
sick. I'll
Yes.
steal your chick and then suck your.
Ryan, bring your girlfriend. Come with us too.
Wait, did you say
Here.
September 28th?
Yeah. No, you can't.
No, I'm sorry. I forget what month we're
It's
in.
the Beer, Wine, Music, Food, Charity, Memories, Wine, Beer event.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Are you?
Ryan's in too. I'm gonna take a piss.
Are we
Let's
all
go.
in? What's that?
No, don't leave me here.
I have to pee. Go.
All right, here we are. It's
We're
just
gonna-
you and me, Ryan.
Okay.
Here we go.
So did you hear about the Brazilian drug dealer that tried to escape by dressing up like his daughter?
Oh my God, the Chinese-looking one.
Yeah, this one you hear.
Yes.
So
oh my God. Props to this motherfucker. That picture they got at the end where it was like.
so he had his 19-year-old daughter.
I know.
Well,
I already know the tell us the story.
come in to visit, and then I guess she brought in like a change of clothes and
Yeah, of course.
a mask for him,
She double layered. Us girls, we know what we do.
and
We wear layers of things.
and so he tried to walk out in a mask and glasses. and fucking and you know what? I'm gonna say this is probably the best.
You know that he almost got out. This was at the last stage. This was the last level of
He was trying to get her
security.
credentials. He was at the very end. He walked out and all he had to do was get her ID to get out. And that's when they were like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this?
Something's not right, you guys. Something is not right.
Her eyebrows don't move.
She just not.
Anyway,
Dude, that shit was
so he's
amazing.
dead.
Wait, you killed him? Wait, what? So the plot thickens? I don't like where the story's going anymore. We're gonna have to cut to a commercial break.
An apparent suicide in maximum confinement.
That's fucking sad, Ryan. That actually makes my heart sad.
He was serving a 73-year sentence for drug dealing. On Saturday, Da Silva disguised himself as his 19-year-old daughter, hoping to escape from the high-security prison.
San Quentin.
The prison guards recorded the convicted drug dealer taking off his clothes. Then they noticed it was not the man's daughter. Wait, recorded it, and then they noticed it was not the man's daughter. The video was then released to Brazil's prison authorities, where it was probably picked up.
Did you watch when he took it off
Yeah.
and how different he looks than this Korean girl?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, how does he have a Korean daughter?
He doesn't. He just the mask just looks that way.
I thought he.
What are you talking about? Why would he have a Korean daughter?
I thought he had I thought he had like the daughters all over the.
No, the daughter looks like him. We brought up I don't know if Garrett
they're
still has.
fucking genius as fuck. They were trying to make him look a whole other ethnicity.
I think they just found a mask that would make him look like a woman.
Yeah, I don't think it was
Something that made him look like Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
So Silva's death comes on the
This
heels
shit
of a
makes me
massive gang battle in a prison in northern Brazil that killed 57 people.
What?
On July 30th. 16 prisoners were decapitated. What the fuck? This was after the riot that happened there. So it's an apparent suicide. No, it doesn't disclose how he killed himself, but they found him dead in the maximum in solitary.
This shit makes me sad.
He was serving 72 years in prison.
You know, someone.
And he was already how old?
For what? For
He was already
drug
44.
Charges? And what
Yeah.
were the drug charges? They were probably like petty ass bullshit. Like you're.
I mean, and then the fact that he got caught escaping. He was so close. That's gotta be fucking.
That's a
that's
blow to the
gotta-
ego. That's like we're never letting you out. We're gonna kill you.
This is actually what I'm saying about the difference between the American prisons and Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, how did he get that far?
Yeah.
With that mask, like you see because
Or like Mexico with El Chapo.
Yeah.
He escaped twice.
But
Well, that was different. All the people that were working in the government were working for him.
Yeah.
So.
And that was
so
very
when I posted
Shawshank.
on
Just
the-
dug holes everywhere.
Or like Law-Abiding Citizen. You ever seen that movie?
Yes. I love that movie actually.
I just watched it again recently.
It's a really good movie.
Really good movie.
It's an underrated movie.
It really is.
Like Denzel or like reality like that
Yeah.
is fucking a dope ass.
I agree.
movie. Yeah.
All right, and so he's dead, but they didn't say why yet.
So he's
So
dead.
he's dead. So R.I.P. Little
Word.
man.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers go to you
Your family.
and your family and your daughter who didn't exist,
No, she didn't
She
exist.
existed.
Oh, she
She
existed?
came in.
but she didn't look like the Korean girl.
No, shouldn't.
Well, no.
Shout out to the
I
Korean girl.
think maybe the skin
who didn't
complexion
exist.
gave it away. I think
Yeah,
that
it looks like a weird rubber doll.
It looked like a Korean woman.
It did. It looked like a weird little doll thing. How
I'm gonna be honest. When I saw when somebody posted the video for the first time, I didn't read the caption, and I was like, "Is this one of those weird
What
Is this
porno
one of those
is
weird
this?
pornos where they like drug the woman?"
Can I hit your
Yeah.
little
Jewel.
thingy?
Look at
Yeah.
this thing, you guys. Silicone mask and wig, and it looks like a weird fucked up sex doll.
It really does.
Picture ever. That picture is
Like
gonna
the
be my-
glasses don't
Can
even
you
rest
please
correctly.
send that? That's gonna be my new profile picture for every motherfucking thing.
Smart.
It is beautiful. Not that one. That was creepy. But the other one with the glasses.
This one. It's perfect.
Yes. That one is the one.
Perfect.
Ryan, are you sending it to me right now?
Garrett's gone. Garrett's on it.
Yeah, I'll send
Okay,
it. What
Garrett,
am
you got
I
it?
sending?
Send
it?
me this picture.
Got it.
Now.
Yes, we'll do that.
Send it.
All right, Ryan. So keep going.
Okay,
Switching
my
fam.
next story. We talked a lot about professional skateboarding last week.
Yeah.
So on that note, over the weekend we had the X Games, which was in Dayton, Ohio. Wait, Dayton? No, am I mixing
Ohio.
things?
Yeah,
or-
you are. Please, can we not talk about this right now? You are totally mixing
you mixing things up?
because there was a shooting.
Yeah, there was a shooting in Dayton, Ohio, but
So-
I want to say that it was in Dayton, Ohio.
No, don't say that.
Because
Because then I feel like we have to talk about everything. I don't want to talk about everything.
I don't know. Anyway, fucking professional skateboarder Mitchie Brusco made history last week's in Minneapolis. Sorry,
Thank
not even
you.
the same place.
Oh, you know, Dayton,
I
Minneapolis.
I am mixing two things in my head.
Very bad things.
Yeah. Sorry, my fucking I was on the I was
Correction.
I was searching the news and I came across some fucked up
According
things.
to
that
my
happened.
research.
Ryan, you're fucking up.
So, professional skateboarder Mitchie Brusco has made history during last week's 2019 Summer X Games in Minneapolis when he landed the first ever 1260 during the competition.
Well, I don't know what that means. What does that mean, guys?
3.5 full rotations on a skateboard.
Like 180, 180,
In the
180,
air.
or 360.
So think about how
what does that
hard.
mean? I don't
That's
even know.
360s.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
And then a
3.5.
half.
So 3 full turns and a half of a turn. So
And then
3.5 turns.
and then on in the air.
And he landed
And
it.
then on the skateboard.
No, he
yeah,
didn't.
bring up the
Let me
bring up
see.
the video.
Let's prove it.
Bring up the X Games,
it.
the X Games
Prove
cast. Bring up the
it.
X Games cast if you can in videos.
I was gonna say the video's right here. Do I have to?
No, right there. So like that looks like somebody's phone video. So that's X Games. Play that one, yeah.
Pitcher die trying. I don't think he's going to stop
Check this
until
shit
he
out.
puts this thing down.
She's not even looking.
Don't even look.
Well,
Hey.
I was changing my fucking photos. Let's see it.
So he's coming in.
A little low on the landing, but he's got it.
Holy motherfucking shit. Oh my god. And he does it. Look at him. He finessed the shit out of that. Okay, good job,
Look at
man.
all the
Good
guys
job.
on top. They're like, what the fuck should we? How do we even? What do we?
How stop that?
And he
Do we
looks
even go
on
now?
face. Like, he could have done one other.
He was in the zone.
Wow, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
The eye of the eagle, bro.
Him.
Look,
Look how, in slow mo, how crazy this is.
How do you not get dizzy?
So this is the Tony Hawk of our new era.
Possibly.
Another spin.
No,
Wow.
there's only one Birdman.
I appreciate that comment.
The thing is, no one's ever done
That's
this.
beautiful.
Recorded.
That
no
was
one's ever
beautiful.
reportedly done this on
That is
record.
cool.
Ever.
Thank you guys for
Ever.
saying that.
Has gone before.
This is beautiful.
And you know what? He's probably done it
1260 at the
before.
Well, obviously, I don't think he tries it without doing it.
I don't
landing it
deny
once.
that.
So, but
Yeah.
but he probably deliberately didn't put it online or anything like
Absolutely.
that, so that he could do it in competition.
Yeah.
And get all the
You
credit.
still love this, though, don't you?
Well, I already changed my profile picture.
Oh, good.
So,
Perfect. looks just like you.
it's a new
Looks
name.
just like
So
you.
good.
All right.
So unfortunately, despite achieving a historic feat, Brusco had only scored 89.66 for the trick and ended up coming up second for the competition.
Who got first?
Well, here's the thing. Remember we talked about competition.
Sorry, I'm laughing at my own profile picture.
I know. It's
Remember we talked about competition. Elliot Sloan is another skateboarder. He's the one who ended up. He won gold doing an Indy 720 over the gap and then a tail grab 900 on the big one.
Oh, so he did more things, less impressive.
Because
in
he
one
didn't do
thing.
anything over the gap
Yeah.
that docked him on points.
Oh, are you supposed to?
Yes.
Oh, what is the
So this
thing?
is
What is
this
the category?
is this is the mega ramp. It's called the Big Air competition.
Oof. Woo.
So you do
Like
that.
the X Games one.
So you do the.
Yeah, so
so the rules are you do the drop. You get two tricks.
Yes.
You do the drop in. You do the you
That's it.
you do the mega jump.
Yeah.
And you have three different lanes. So you can do bigger gap gets you more points.
Yeah.
There's the shorter gaps. On the sides of the bigger gaps. The middle one is the shorter gap.
Yeah.
And that usually people will just kind of do a shit trick over that to try and get enough speed to hit the mega, hit the mega quarter pipe.
Yeah.
So that's basically what he did. He didn't do anything over the gap to get speed enough to do the 1260, but that docked him on points by not doing any trick over the.
And
You
then
think he knew he
1260
probably
is
wasn't going to
something-
get
Probably.
But is it something that goes like this?
No.
No, so
it's what you just saw.
Shouldn't
No,
see the first
but
part. Shouldn't
if
see
he
the-
would have done this other thing you're talking about.
I'll show you right now.
Look
I'll
at
show you right now.
look at what he has to. So look, he has to
start
drop
from
in,
the top, drop in,
and he has to
He
do
should
a
have done
trick.
a trick right here, but he didn't.
But all he did was just the
that.
360.
And then now,
Got you. Okay, so he was just building up some stamina for the
So the other guy did a 360 Indy over that gap, 720.
Show me what that looks like.
a 720.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
Look
Like
up,
a thing,
look here.
just
Look
a
up his
little
gold.
bit up
Look
the
up his
ramp,
gold
right?
winning. His name is Elliot Sloan. Look up his gold winning Indy over.
Sloan. Picking up things.
So we'll see his run right now.
Mega ramp. Boom.
Yeah.
You should do the slow 900. Yeah.
Is that what it was?
That'll be it.
Slow.
Yeah. So he did the 720 and 900, which is like that's.
Elliott Sloan
I mean,
trying to
both
add
of
to
those
his
hard.
career X Games medals. He's sitting in
Oh my
bronze
God, that
medal
was so
position
terrifying.
with that 86.
There he goes.
Did
720 Indy.
Big trick. Hit it. And then
900 tail grab.
so more
Pretty
points.
sick. Look at him. He's like, yes.
More points out of it.
Oh my
That's pretty.
goodness.
Okay.
Elliott Sloan
Dude, you know what I want you to look up right now, though? Like,
Oh, now we're
out
watching.
here today.
I'm sorry. I got to show you this one. I was at this one, too.
Okay.
So look up Danny Way. Slam
I'm like smoking all of your pen.
in the X Games. That's the one.
This one?
The 4-minute one.
8 years ago?
Yes.
Fighting's not that easy.
Yeah,
And then we have-
and he
can
still
help.
won this competition.
Uh-huh.
But so I was at this competition. Danny Ways, by the way, he's the inventor of the mega ramp, the big air competition.
Ah.
So he goes down. He fucking.
Oh no!
You missed the
need
slam. Go back.
CPR.
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah, check this shit out, dude.
Pausing.
And I was
Okay,
at
full
this
screen.
one. And
Comes in.
comes in hot.
Hold on. He
Boom.
does
Backflip.
Back-
Does a fucking
Over
backflip.
the gap.
Goes
Up.
up and slams his shins on the fucking coping.
Oh, no.
And it's the hardest slam anybody's seen in X
impressed
Games,
with
right?
Jake last year
Was-
walking off the ramp. I thought I got to do the
Let's
same
that
thing.
one
I
more
can't
again.
get carried out of
So
here.
he's coming in. He's coming in hot.
Look at that, dude.
He's coming in hot.
Pro skater. Look at rocket air fucking backflip. How do you do
Beautiful. That is beautiful.
I feel like a lot of people.
But they defy, like, the people.
Look at the games,
The
they're like,
people
I
who
can do that.
fucking built these stadiums,
up.
first off.
24 feet
off the coping.
Wow. And who
slam.
is this lady? Little chubby chunk lady who's
It's the
I was
audience.
really impressed with Jake last year walking off the ramp. I thought I got to do the same thing. I can't get carried out of here. That's just not the way it's going to go down.
He did.
Everyone in this building standing up.
I'm taking every run.
So they take him to medical. They make him go out.
Back up to the top to do it again.
This is unbelievable to see Danny
So
coming back.
the same day,
Come on, Danny.
he comes back.
Right here.
This one safe.
Same trick over the gap. Up in the air, a little bit lower.
And he fucking nails it, dude.
Nice.
He fucking nails it.
Yeah.
But they cut it out, but they made him go. They made him go and see a doctor.
Oh yeah, of course.
And, like-
you fucking slam yourself into the coping.
And then he gets, and they show him, and he gets out of the fucking the exam room, and he's pissed.
Yeah.
And he's like, I missed my run. He's like, fuck. And then he has to do this after being examined.
Yeah. Boom.
Big twist burial. Oh my gosh.
And that was his other run.
Yeah.
He was already in first place.
Emotional roller coaster.
I think this is the one. Actually, yeah, this is the one where they make him go see
Doctor.
the doctor. Yeah.
Touch his neck. Dude, absolutely. Like, I would definitely don't see a doctor. Your neck is fucked up.
Yeah. No, he was fucked up. He broke his ankle.
Of course. And he's like, I'm so good. Boom.
Oh no. He's got it.
Good God, man! Like, I guess what I'm trying to show you is the fucking
Follow your dreams.
No, I'm saying I'm saying like, yeah, spins are cool,
Yeah.
but that's how you fucking crank
And
an
it
audience
makes
up.
a lot more sense too, because like the other dude, like you said, it's like that was never done before, but it's like okay, you spun around.
Yeah, but like
This
is intense, dude.
Yeah.
And he was the first one to actually do a real Christ. Like he did
Christ
a
air.
Christ air, and he did it 30 feet up in the air.
That was amazing.
Like if he's getting crucified?
Yeah.
Just-
You grab your board,
He's
you
got the
spin.
skateboard.
That's very
Yeah, and he's got
disrespectful
this-
to the Christian community.
The skateboard's out here,
Yeah.
like, dude, and he's fully extended. Just
Yeah.
boom.
I'm a devout
Oh,
Christian.
it's
you guys
amazing.
know.
Anyway, all right, we can
That's
talk
all right,
about.
that's
I can
all
talk about skateboarding forever.
Slap my hand. There you go. Why are they wet? You
Because I just went to the bathroom
Try-
and
yeah.
I just.
But anyway,
and you peed. You just fucking. You're like, I gotta fucking try this out right now with my hands.
Pee all over.
All right, cool. All right. Anything
okay,
else?
so congratulations to Mitchie Brusco for that iconic trick, but also congratulations to Elliott Sloan for getting gold. I mean, that does kind of,
Congrats
it's got to feel a little
all of
fucked
you
up,
guys.
right?
Absolutely. I agree. But I mean, I don't know. If it was best trick is one thing. Maybe.
You're right.
But big air, if it's all about the rules, and that goes back to the thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you're going for something big, do it where it counts. Do it where it counts.
Yeah, but he'll be in the record books at least.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Not downsizing any of that.
Yeah.
Good for all of you.
I mean, like Tony, like
go
people,
do stuff.
You know,
guys.
people forget that Tony Hawk's 900 didn't even count
What do you mean?
in the X Games when he did it
Why didn't it count?
because it was past his time. His run time was over, and he had to like. So they were trying to cut to commercial, and they were trying to, his run was over. He didn't land it. It was best trick.
Oh, and then kept trying.
He kept trying it, and they kept going, and then he was like dodging security to try and
What?
fucking get back up there and do it.
Why is
No
that not a
way.
thing? All right, we need this now then.
So even though he did that, it was an iconic thing to do in competition. He actually didn't do it in competition, but he got it on TV, and it was the first time he had ever gotten it on.
Awesome.
So
I'm bringing this up right now. We have 3 seconds until I can skip. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
In 1999.
Yep.
Never before in history competition have we seen a 900. 9.
So he's doing things.
900.
No.
900. Oh.
So even the announcer's like trying to announce it, but it's like he's failing.
Yeah. He's not getting it.
Yeah, he's not getting
He was
it.
trying it the whole time.
And we're 9 years old right now. I forgot about this.
10 years deep. Trying it so many times.
Bob Burnquist there,
started to feel
just like
this
at the fucking one I just showed you. Like Bob Burnquist is still competing. He's amazing.
Keep slamming.
Get behind him and see him do it.
Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk. 900. 900.
That's the one.
Oh shit! No, that's not it.
So close. Right before that.
Crowd wanting
I want
to
to see
see something
security come in
spectacular.
there.
They all wanted to see him make it.
Oh, that was Steve Cab. That's the one I just met last week.
Oh, nice. So at this point, it's
At this point, it's
just a
past
session.
it's past competition. Yeah. They just want to see him do it.
Are you kidding me?
Tony Hawk was like a sweet baby angel from fucking heaven.
Dude.
No, it wasn't even a hotness thing. It was just like that man had. That was during our time. That was when we had fucking Jackass and Bad March. We had stupid ass shit, and this man was doing fucking amazing. This is during the same time that like George St. Pierre in UFC.
Yes.
This man was just fucking people up, breaking jaws and ear bones and shit. It's like we took that shit for granted.
It was a beautiful time.
It was such a beautiful time.
It was. I mean,
Such
even
a
what's his name?
beautiful-
The Iceman. Fucking Chuck Liddell was knocking
Yeah.
people out. That was the same time.
A better time where we weren't
were the
just
good old
shooting up everything.
Dude, okay, check this out. So if you guys, so I know we brought up this 900, but Tony Hawk just did this thing where he skates the Barracks, which is it's a street skating skate park in like LA, right? And he does a street session that like shows up like 90% of these fucking like street skaters, now skating, and I'm like, dude, Birdman out there, he's like 50 fucking years old, and he's showing everyone that he's still fucking.
Older than that.
No, he's like 50. He's like 51, I think. He just turned 50 about a year ago.
51.
Yeah, so I remember it being a big thing. They asked him to do a 50. He turned 50, and they built a fucking half pipe for him and his son.
Yeah.
To like.
Yes, I heard about this.
And like so he did a session with like him and Riley Hawk, and they filmed the whole thing with like him doing all of his best tricks. He did 50 tricks at 50. That's what it was. All of his best.
That's so cool.
All of his best tricks at 50, and then so this year, they had him do the Barracks with Riley, which is Riley's a fucking street skater, which is fucking he's awesome. Is it the Barracks? I think that's the one. Raw and Uncut. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Battle Commander. He's and he's
Honey,
ripping,
the free
bro.
shopping tool that finds the best
He's ripping for being 51
extension available
and skating street. That's not even his fucking. This isn't even his level.
Not even this level.
It's not. He's a foot skater.
All right, this is awesome, but not great radio.
Yeah, it's not.
All right, so that's it.
That's it.
I'm done, you guys.
We are all done. Thank you very much for watching and listening, however you are. Please subscribe and follow us on Instagram and Twitter and all these other social media platforms
And
at
also
Humpcast.
come to all of the Hard Frescoes events I'm working this
Check
summer.
her out.
There's a
Go
ton
follow
of them.
Hard Frescoes. See what else they
Yeah,
got
just
for
follow
her.
them, not me.
I know, because she doesn't want you to. Don't follow her, bro.
My family fucking follows me. My family's a weirdo.
Weirdos. And then you can follow Ryan D. And if you're watching live, go check him out tonight
Tonight, I got new material.
at Silver Dollar
Silver Dollar Saloon.
It's about video games, guys.
What? And it's
Whoa, fucking spoilers. Jesus.
But it's going to be good. It's a good spoiler. I didn't
does, a
tell
great
you
spoiler.
how, if it's
Check
good or
it out.
bad or bad or
I
good.
may or may
what's
not show
up.
up. I intend to, but it's later than I thought it would
Also
be. have to
me,
get-
I
have
may
to
or
get
may
some
not
shit-
show up.
Shit done. But yeah, go check it out. Silver Dollar Saloon in El Monte, California tonight. And of course, you can follow him at.
Go to teamryandy.com or at Ryan P. Demarest.
All right. We love you. We will see you next week.
See you then.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it already! Ow!
Bring your own phone. Well, your own real phone. When you switch to Google Fi. A phone plan by Google.